Yes. Come forward. Perfect. And then just you two ladies, please. Oh yeah, I was gonna pull them all together. Yeah. Perfect. Good luck, ladies. Perfect, perfect.
Maybe you can try your luck. I mean, if your phone is on the table and doesn't take, so you don't have gloves.
sont mes meilleurs vannes.
We're actually half an hour behind.
You say it's just how I write my notes.
No way. Let's get up, everybody.
For the last time, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Predator Pro Billiard Series Kamui Women's Open Final, our last match of the 2025 CSI International Expo. Let's give a round of applause to our finalists, RUBILEN AMIT, and Han Yu. Congratulations, ladies, for making it to this final match. I wish you the best, and go ahead and take the leg.
And here we go, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 Predator Pro Billiard Series. These past days here at the Rio, Las Vegas, Predator has brought you 8 tournaments, total prize fund of $400,000. And this is the Kamui Las Vegas Women's Open, $75,000 prize fund, $22,500 for the winner. 64 amazing and talented ladies who are here, and now we're down to the final 2. RUBILEN AMIT from the Philippines and Han Yu from China. These ladies have a history that goes back 10 to 15 years in the World 10 Ball Championships. And the game is 10 ball, best of 4 sets, each race to 4, tied at 2 sets. It's a shootout to determine your champion. We've had 2 great shootouts in the men's final and the mixed doubles final. And with me in the commentary booth calling the shots is your 2006 U.S. Open champion, along with 40 other professional wins, John Schmidt.
Hey, George, how are you?
Oh, we're just hanging. We've seen some great pool. We've been here 11 days now.
11
and
days.
Here's Han Yu's road to the final. Undefeated.
Last match of the last tournament on the last day for all the money. Here we go.
Yeah. Han Yu, 32-year-old from China. She's ranked 12th by the WPA. And you just saw her road to the final. I can read it off, but that's a lot of names.
Yeah, and to those of you at home watching, however good you think these 2 women play, they're better than that. If you are familiar with their game, you know what I'm talking about. It's like watching the best players in the world, male or female. They just run out from everywhere, make it look easy. I became a real big fan of RUBILEN's. I've got to talk to her a little bit, and I'm not going to say I'm pulling for her because that's not really right as a commentator, but I would not be disappointed to see her snap off this huge title.
Well, you really can't pick one because RUBILEN is ranked, 10th by far, which is a 753. Han Yu is ranked number 2, only to Simi Chin with She has a 780 Fargo. Chin has a 786. They used to be in the 790s. They've actually gone down. I thought they were going to break 800 by the end of last year, and they went the other way around. So what a match we have. And they've both really shown us some stuff, as John was just mentioning. These ladies came to play.
Yeah, I promise you, if you put Jean Balukas in a time machine and brought her forward to today, she would say, please send me back to 1984. This is ridiculous. These girls are amazing, and it's the best level of pull from the females I've ever seen as a group.
Yeah, just watch the mechanics, their pattern play, the way they always stay on the correct side of the ball to run for position for the next. John, you've commented on that quite a bit throughout the entire week from these players.
Their position play is top notch. Oh, you know what? I was informed by a young lady. I'm not allowed to call them girls. Well, you know, when I go out with my buddies and we're all 50 years old, I say I'm going out with the boys. So pardon me.
Well, you know, some people just have trigger words.
Oh, yeah.
That's all there's to it. But meanwhile, these young ladies, and they're young because...
I don't be careful, George. You called them young. Be careful.
Well, they are. To me, they are. I have a son.
How dare you, George?
She's 43 years of age. My daughter just turned 40. So, yeah, they're young to me.
Yeah, of course.
RUBILEN is ranked 11th by the WBA.
Now, can she draw back in between, like draw two rails in between the 8-9?
It's going to take a good stroke, but I think it's there. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, your fear would be to go past the 9 and get hooked. Oh, no, that's a little sharp.
Yeah,
no,
the fear for me is to stay on the upside of the side pocket.
Yeah,
that's where it's headed.
This isn't laying right to do that.
Yeah.
She's going to try to stun down kind of, but this is dangerous. You can overrun your mark and get hooked. Oh, wow. Wow, that's the best shot I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it's going to go right
you know, George, you know how hard that is to do, what she just did.
Yeah, I do, and I know how hard this shot is to do, what she's going to have to do.
Yeah. The only good thing about this is if you do manage to miss this, which is very easy to do being tree-topped over the 9, you might leave them difficult by freezing the cue ball against the rail sometimes. You could sometimes miss this and get away with it, but she shoots so straight, she'll probably make it. Piece of cake.
Well, Hanyu is a runner-up in the World 10 ball. I believe that was in 2013.
Wow.
And 2 semifinal in different years. RUBILEN is a 2-time World 10 ball champion and once runner-up. And like I said, that goes back all the way to 2009.
Very evenly matched in skill and experience. There's a little bit of an unspoken rivalry between Chinese players and Filipino players. They have different styles, very different personalities as a group, and this will be a real battle. They want to win so bad for their country and their loved ones and themselves.
I believe that was a break and run. I was so busy flapping my jaws.
That's easy to get when we've watched 1,000 racks this week. It's very
we're going to
easy.
watch about 1,000 more here because they're playing 2 best of 4 sets. If they're tied 2 sets apiece, it takes 4 games to win each one. So that's 16 games. You know, they're going to be played plus all the ones on the lost side.
Sure.
So, and there's Miha Wolfko, your head referee for the EPBF. Refereeing this match. Yeah, they bring the dignitaries out. They bring the dignitaries out for
nice break there.
Finals.
Wow, this could be a 2-pack here.
All righty, they could. And she's lays nice to come right back off the rail if she's going to go that far. Looks like she's going to stun it.
Yeah, she's going to jam this to the left rail, I would think, with a center ball. Tough little shot. Oh, man, it looked easy.
Tough for who? Not her.
Yeah.
Wow. And look how nice this slice to come up for the 4, then the 5, and oh
And the
my.
7 leads to the 8 around the 10. I
Yeah.
mean,
That's 2 great breaks.
yeah, it is. I haven't seen a 2-pack in a row in this whole event that I can think of. Very rare to make a ball, get a shot, get out 2 times in a row, hand racking.
She would like to come a little further, but this is no hill for a climber. And my, can she climb?
Yeah, I think she might come to the short side of the 5. Just go ahead and make this slide across. She might drip it. She looks like she's queuing to drip it in and play the combination. Like that, yeah.
Well, what a start. Break and run, and she's looking like it's going to be the same here, but she still has these balls to complete. This can't get away.
Now this can get funny. Getting on the 7, you got to focus and hit this good, or it's easy to climb up behind the 8 or something, or stay too far from the 7 even.
Oh boy, miscued.
Ooh, she's thrilled. She still made it. She actually got perfect on the 7.
RUBILEN just eyes her and says, how do you do that?
Yeah.
I wonder if when she goes between breaks here, if she uses a tip tool on it. There you go.
Oh man, thrilled that that went in still. Missable shot here, and the 10's a huge ball sitting there. You got to get around it, above it, behind it, do something, and not miss the 7.
I think as long as she doesn't get behind the 10, she's
drawn at it and above it just slightly, it looks like to me. Oh, hit it. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a fraction thin on the, yeah, she's all right. I think she can roll this in. Nice shot. Wow, dream start, and just perfect pull. You know you're hitting them good when you miscue, still make the ball, get out anyway.
You sure do. And this at the table is your 2023 world champion, world 10-ball champion, runner-up to Jessica Centeno last year.
You know,
A couple years ago, excuse me.
I don't know, but for me, you know, I don't really want to talk about my pool career, but I was lucky enough to be in maybe 48 finals, and I won 41 of them. It's not because I'm so great. It's because the pressure was off me. If I'm in the finals, I've got money coming. The first few rounds, I always felt more pressure because you're not in the money. But once you make it to this point, it's like almost a reward to even play.
There's a couple of referees. That's Coco on the right. And the other gentleman, Zadar. Sorry, John, to interrupt you there. I just want to
Oh, you didn't interrupt. No,
point them out to the fans there. These refs, they come across the pond, as you might say, and they like it when you know, they hear their name on, because usually they're behind the scenes and they work their tail off.
Yep, they never get mentioned. They do a tough job. And I get to sit down this whole week and do this. They're on their feet the whole day, every day.
Uh-oh. There goes the one.
Look at this.
Oh, look at this setup. My, we're going to have 3 in a row. Possibly. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, that's...
We've never had a full set broken run. Never.
I don't think so. Not since I've been doing this.
Oh no, since I've been doing it, and that's going back since about 2018, 2019, since this format was put together.
Now she has to hit a really cool shot here. I believe she's going to play this with a bottom left-hand cue ball. Obviously, try to get past the 4-7, and then when it hits that back rail, it will turn towards the 2 in the side. Bottom left-hand English, and really she's doing it with an open bridge too.
She's just going to smooth this past the 4.
Oh,
whoa, it went off.
She needs a lucky rub to keep going.
Well,
nope. And that's it for the 3-pack dreams.
And yeah, and that's why we don't have those
Very
breaking runs for an entire set. Never a
Well, I'll
four
tell you
pack.
what, she looked like she was playing that rail first to get there. Yeah, that's interesting. That took some courage.
Extension.
Boy, just think of the amount of money. Back in my 20 years ago, when I was around the guys down south playing $10,000 sets, and they all thought they were superstars. Most of these guys couldn't play dead in the Western, and they would have played this woman even, George, even, and just got absolutely assassinated playing her 9-ball, 10-ball.
They're quite the player.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we always look to see, and what an honor it would be for that young lady to be the first one on the Pro Billiard Series to, go through an entire set.
Huge shot for RUBILEN here. She has to punch this in. This is really, as good as she plays, she's a big favorite to win the game if she can make this ball. Bottom right-hand cue ball. What a shot. Perfect position. The 6 passes the 10. That's helpful. Boy, that didn't take long. He just leans over and whacks it in there. Wanted to bounce off the rail a little bit here. You might see her just absolutely blast this in so the cue ball will bounce off the rail an inch or two, but I don't think so. I think she's just going to have to settle for.
Well, it's the first time to the table.
Oh, no, this is not ideal. She's going to have to go above the 7 and play in the corner. Possibly, unless she can float forward. Yeah, she can. Miss the 10 and take the thinner angle on the 7. Make a nice hit here. Whenever you're near the rail, everybody that plays pool knows it's harder. Got to hit this with inside English and stay above the 10, or outside English and go around the 8. Little decision to make here. I believe I would go above the 10. Nope, she went around. She made sure she could stroke it that way. Very nice. She's showing a lot of courage to play this well against a lady that just broke and ran 2 racks in a row on her.
That young lady right there, when she gets rolling, is a buzzsaw.
Oh, man.
And she defeated her fellow buzzsaw, Cheska Centeno, I believe it was in straight sets.
Jeez, that's really doing something.
And this is how she does it. One ball at a time.
You know, couldn't meet a nicer person. I told her she's really left an impression on the commentators, how good she plays. And she says, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So appreciative of any kind words.
And she has a program in the Philippines. It's called the AMIT Cup.
Oh, really?
And they want to develop tournaments for the young ladies to showcase the ladies' talent in the Philippines. They don't have very many tournaments in the Philippines.
See, I couldn't do that because the Schmidt Cup just doesn't have the same.
They might change the letters a little bit,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Luckily, it's not called the AMIT Bowl.
There you go.
The Schmidt Bowl.
There you go.
Let's go.
They are playing the 3-foul rule. They do have a 30-second time clock. They do have a 30-second extension. They also have 60 seconds after the break to plan their attack for the rack. There, I'm getting some rhymes. How was that?
Oh, for sure. Got to.
Hit her chin on the, even on the break, look how low she is.
You know, I find it really cool and romantic when if you think about it, You don't see the best boxers in the world come from like Beverly Hills. You know, they come from Mexico and the Philippines, where your family struggles unless you can become one of the best in the world at something. And with pool, I mean, they are able to rise from the ashes and like support themselves and their whole family with their pool skills. I mean, it's like storybook stuff. This is not a privileged background, a lot of these players, and here they are on national television playing for gigantic money.
Speaking of money, it's 22.5 for the winner.
42?
22.
22.5. Wow.
22.5.
Nice. So
64 player field.
a little opening there.
Oh boy.
Got to kind of slide past the 5.
Yeah, she didn't do too much with that ball.
No, she doesn't do stuff like that too often. Now, really, the natural way to play this is in the corner. But I like her playing it at the side. Oh, she is going in the corner. She ain't messing around. Good shot.
This is completely open. There's no problem. She'll have to make an error.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you have to get the right, angle to move to the 5 off the 4. So, I mean, definitely can be screwed up, as you know.
Well, of course, we saw Hanyu do it on
Yeah.
her way to ready 3 racks. She bumped that 9 ball, and good night.
And she's going to make sure she holds just on this side of the angle on the purple and the side to move to the 5, just like that. That was a big concern.
Rubilen's road to the finals came through Ada Leo, Brianna Lane, Cheska. She lost to Cheska Centeno. Excuse me, she didn't beat her. I said she beat her. I just remember that she was on her side there. I was wrong. Silviana Liu, Kelly Fisher, who just finished winning the mixed doubles with Alex Kazakis, and Wang Wanling and Jasmine Ocean. Who's who of pool?
You're not kidding. Well, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, I just always felt like in the female game there was like 2 players that were dominant, or maybe 3. This field has showed me there's more like 12 of them that can win the big events. And the parity in the women's game now is unreal. There's 10 of them in this field, and none of them winning would have surprised me.
I think it might be a testament to the Asian and European federations.
Yes, George. Those federations, I mean, those do so much for the players, simplifying their private life where they can practice, not have to, they're not out doing odd jobs and part-time. They are playing pool 10 hours a day, and you're seeing the results.
Looks like she took her extension.
Yeah, she'll draw this cue ball out 2 rails, I would think, with bottom left-hand spin.
We were talking about doing that, John. You said that it's a standard play for this type of shot because you put a better stroke on it.
You're not rolling the cue ball. You're stroking it and then letting the cue ball slow down out of the corners. It would seem counterproductive to shoot a shot like that unless you absolutely had to, but it's actually the easier way to shoot it.
Yeah. Do you find you get more, as they might say, skids or kicks when you roll the ball softly?
Well, not anymore. Not with the new chalks that we use. You get no kicks or skids ever. I might get 1 a year. But back in the day with Master Chalk, yes, rolling the ball, you would get skids because the cue ball wasn't rolling across the ball. It was scraping across it. But the skids are virtually non-existent now because it has nothing to do with your stroke. It has to do with the friction in between the balls with the chalk, and I think that's pretty obvious now.
And that's what I was looking for, a little support on that.
Yeah. Of course, back in the day when you had the chalk on the balls, if you put a bad stroke on it, you'd get unintended side spin, which would produce skids, but that's not a factor anymore with this chalk. No, the stroke doesn't matter one bit when you get a skid now. which
Big
is
break.
nice.
Big break from the side here.
Good too. She can hit him. Oh, she's lucky that one. She's happy that one stopped right there. Didn't jump up in front of the hole.
Well, we're tied at 2.
Tell you what, this is a tough safety from here. If she was closer to this one, believe it or not, you could play a kiss back off the one, and the cue ball could come down off the side rail behind the 10. But from this distance, that's not a realistic play.
And the 3 blocks the kick if she was to decide to. Would she
Right.
know? Would that be a bad shot?
It
from
wouldn't
this
be
situation?
horrendous because of the 2 laying there, but the 1 being frozen makes that shot lower percent. If that 1 was off the rail an 1/8 of an inch, that kick's pretty realistic.
Okay.
But she'll push out. Now, I'll tell you something. I don't like this shot one bit. This push, you're getting this right back. I don't care who you are. Nothing good can happen from here. There's not a chance.
Rubelin takes this.
I cannot believe Rubin would even waste her energy getting out of the chair.
Well, she's gonna shoot
Oh,
it.
she
No,
ain't
she's
supposed
gonna
to
change her
shoot this.
mind.
No way ever.
Yeah, she changed her mind.
Yeah. She just got a little TV time there.
That's a good way to utilize your 60 seconds after the break, right?
Oh, pardon me. I just coughed. I forgot I got a microphone on my face. Oh, what do you do here? No, this is never going to hardly work out. I hate this shot. Totally hate it. I didn't like this push out, to be honest with you.
Oh, she went for the. She
Well, I
tried
mean,
to spin that in.
She did what I called. I mean, it's easy for me to talk like, I'm in a chair. I'm never going to do anything wrong from here. But that was an over push. She pushed in such a precarious position that she's going to lose the game because of it. So don't get too carried away when you push out.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I've seen her tactically do something where I'm like, wasn't in love with that.
Well, not only that, she tried to spin a ball in over a ball.
Yeah,
And couldn't dig into it.
Yeah, didn't like that one bit. It's just too tough. That being said, she does so much right that it's almost hard to find anything to criticize ever.
And well,
Now that was interesting.
she didn't want to be on the rail. Now, do you approach this 4-ball with inside English?
Just a touch. Yeah,
Okay.
it complicates the shot, but you want to miss the 10. Now you could hit it with outside go around the 6-7 and up by the 8-ball, which is what it looks like she might do. Your make percentage goes up playing it this way, but it's terrifying because now you have to do that, miss the ball, and worked out. She's got a chance to go ahead 3-2.
Sure does. From 2-zip and rattled off 3 games in a row.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff for RUBILEN because Han Yu came out the gate perfect.
Well, in an earlier match, I believe, RUBILEN, they both played a semi, so. And what a shootout. Was it Han Yu that had a shootout with Cho? Yes. What a shootout that was. It went to about the 8th or 9th shot. 5 beyond the mark.
Spearing the tough shot in over.
4 or 5, not sure exactly.
Now this can get away from her. I actually like her shooting this and coming off the side rail and shooting the 8 over the other side of the table. Well, okay, she hit it perfect, but that requires more position because you're crossing that shot line. But she executed it like the world champion that she is.
These players hit these shots with such accuracy and such consistency.
Yeah, it's uncanny, the touch and the feel and the cue ball control.
Well, I think RUBILEN's sending a message to Han Yu saying, you've got a game here. You've got a match.
And I love how fast she plays. She just gets down and goes with that that first instinct that enters her mind, and just she sees that picture and just replicates it with the hit. This is another young lady that if she comes to my hometown and asks me to gamble, I have to fake an injury. I got a whole list of injuries I'm going to fake.
Well, our sponsors for this these events is we had 8 tournaments here. Let's go over those real quick. I thought I had it all handy. The Women's Las Vegas Open, the Men's Las Vegas Open, the Mixed Doubles Open, the Women's Challenge of Champions. What a match that turned out to be. The American Junior Showdown, the Bank Pool Showdown, the Parasport Exhibition, and then the One Pocket Face-Offs. What great pool we were treated to this past 11 days.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about these women playing so great too is there's 4 billion women in the world, and even if they didn't play pool, they're going to stop and watch a young lady win a title and compete. And I'll tell you what, it almost is time for like co-ed pool. I mean, because they could win, they could beat us, the male players, no problem, and win matches. And I think the public interest that would create would be unbelievable.
Well, John,
super high.
You just called it. Predator put together a mixed doubles tournament, an invitational with 8 players last year, the first part of the year. And then later in the year, they invited 16 teams. It's 8 teams, excuse me.
Right, 16.
And right after that, they invited 16. And now they had this 32 team open. So it's going to be year after year now, and it probably will get bigger and bigger. And what talent we saw.
Yeah, these are highly skilled professionals for sure. There's no more of this, well, she's good for a girl. Now, that was 30 years ago. This young lady here could beat anybody alive playing pool if the balls cooperated. Both of them, unbelievable. That Han Yu 2 sets ago, I mean, I just don't know how much better you're supposed to play.
Well, with the second highest Fargo in the world for the females,
and higher than most of the male pros. Okay.
What can you say? That's how good she's supposed to play.
Well, I mean, our Moscone Cup team, I mean, most of the guys on that team are 760, 70, 80 Fargo. So are these two. Oh, nice little shot there. Now Han Yu will try to run the cue ball, I would think, up behind the 8 with middle right-hand cue ball, bumping the 1 down towards the 10. Couple ways to play this, but that one's kind of the one that jumps off the page to me. I like distance. When you create distance, it causes problems. Well, she's gonna, I think, kick it up table or even thin off. Well, I don't know what she's doing here.
Well,
Hard to tell.
It looks like she's moving the cue ball less than she would the other way.
The thing is, if you know you're going to hit it that perfect and take away the long rail, that's a great shot. I just never get that right. I leave them where they can kick and kick the 1 up to Indiana somewhere and beat me. But she knew something I didn't there, because this is tough for RUBILEN.
I liked your first call when you said bank the 1 ball towards the 10 and the cue ball behind the 7.
Yeah, I would think that'd be an
that
okay
a lot.
shot. Oh.
Well, it worked.
Normally, when you leave these great players this close to an object ball, kicking or not, they're going to hurt you. But it didn't work that time.
Yep, not that time. I still like the long rail kick.
Yeah.
With spin.
Yeah, anytime I can run long, I'm going to lean on that. But not faulting her the way she played it. It was just a personal preference. But I like leaving my opponent 8 feet away behind a wall of pool balls. Got to hit her mark here. You know, I might consider going to the right of the 6, up near the side pocket and out, and take a little bit thinner cut on the 3, because drawing back in between the 7, 8, you're hooked for a long time. This is
That's
Okay. She got to where she could see the 3 sooner than I thought there. I didn't believe she could draw to the rail that quickly. Nice shot.
the first purple cue I've seen.
Oh, I love that cue.
Do you?
Well, that purple's like my favorite color. Yeah, I've seen a couple muscle cars that are just a nice
trouble.
purple. Unbelievable. Now, that was a byproduct of overcutting that ball through the left side of the pocket, which is how precise pull is. You still made your shot, and if you would have cut it through the right side of the pocket, her cue ball would be 6 inches closer on the other side of that 7. Very subtle game we're dealing with here. A lot can go wrong with very small errors.
That's the second time she's had a fairly open rack and did something of this nature.
Tough kick here, George. I'll tell you what I've seen players do here, though. They'll kick 2 rails off the side of this ball. The cue ball will go right down behind the 9, and this ball will bank over near the 8 somewhere. I mean, obviously, that sounds good and everything. Hard to do, but possible. Tell you what, she won't.
Oh,
I was going to say, if that would have went downstream, now she's sold out.
Yeah, she got the point of the side pocket, and it just sat up for a shot.
That was a little unlucky. That ball was going to go down to the back rail.
Might have got behind the 9.
She's got to draw down underneath the 6 and shoot it up table. Not out of the woods by any means. And she's elevating. Adds a lot of difficulty here. Don't hit the 10. That actually helped her a little bit. Boy, RUBILEN's rolling. Well, I don't know about you, George. I've missed this 6 in the side a million times. This is not as easy as it looks on
I
camera.
personally can't stand shooting
I
side
hate
pockets.
this shot.
About 90% of the time that I play, it's just pretty much one pocket.
Yeah, this shot here is.
So I have no use for those pockets.
Yeah, you really don't. He's like, I don't use the other 4 pockets.
They just get in my way when
Yeah,
I'm coming
this
across
is-
the table.
Boy, she's a straight little shooter, isn't she? It's the Predator P3. You know you're doing it right when the Predator tables, cloth, chalk balls, everything, and then you look up and the best players in the world are using Predator cues.
Well, that's part of the business plan.
Yep.
And there on the left there on the billboard behind you see Arc. Predator Arc. That's a new table by Predator for the Asian market. We might see it here in the States probably towards the end of this year, the last quarter.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
But
seeing that.
they just used it in one of the Euro tours, and the players just raved about it. They
Really?
said it plays really nice.
Yeah.
So set number 1 goes to RUBILEN AMIT, 4 games to 2. And Miha Wofko, your head referee for the European Pocket Billiard Federation, who's contracted with Predator to do all their events here in the States, and they're going to be running quite a few Euro tours this year. So look forward to some of that. And the great thing about Predator is these free streams that we get.
Oh, yeah.
And of course the equipment and so many other things, but here are some stats from this first and important first set. RUBILEN at a 921, you call it a pop, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. And 806 for you. Break success, use breaking better. She's got the first shot after, well, she broke and ran the first 2 racks and actually was on her way to win the 3rd.
I don't really know how to gauge winning the first set, but I mean, I think that's makes her a huge favorite. She's well on her way to a major championship here.
Exactly.
You know, it's the first person to win 3 sets. You've just won 1, so you have to be held. Yeah, Han Yu has her work seriously.
Sure.
cut out.
Yeah, but the beauty of this format is it only takes you 4 games to get even.
Yeah, that's true.
You can get behind real quick, and then you know, you take over the rack, kind of like what RUBILEN did. She took over the rack and then rattled off 3 straight games to win the set.
Shots. I mean, keep saying it, but like, I don't know how much better you're supposed to play. They don't miss. They play shape nice. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, the men's Las Vegas Open ended up in a shootout. Joshua Filler looked like he was going to just run away with the final over Dennis Grave, winning the first 2 sets very handily. But then Dennis woke up. He slapped himself silly and just got up there and started playing. Takes the next 2 sets to force the shootout, and they get down to the final, the 4th inning of the shootout, and Filler misses his, and so he had to look for Dennis to miss his, but Dennis drained it and took the cash.
Yeah, that's something Dennis will remember for a long time. That's a big win. To defeat Joshua Filler to win it, it's like staring down Tiger Woods in his prime to win a Masters.
And keep in mind, you're seeing some empty stands. I don't want to draw attention to it. I just did. But a lot of the players from the Q Sports International Expo have gone home. It's late Saturday night, and the players are all done for the most part, I think. There may be 1 or 2 matches left, but there's over 300 tables in 3 different ballrooms. And over 7,000 players. This place was hopping. Couldn't walk down the corridors.
Yeah.
Couldn't walk between the tables.
It was crazy.
Normally, the first 3 days we were here, it took us 5 minutes to walk across the ballroom to get back to the pro arena. When the players got here, oh, good luck.
And now it's a ghost town.
Yep, and now it's exactly that.
Yeah.
And that could be part of the reason this table is playing a little dry and fast, is the number of people that were in here creates a little heat and humidity for the table. With them gone, this table is playing absolutely fantastic.
Well, I apologize if you can hear me coughing, folks. I was telling Eric Orlovson I had a Zika virus, coronavirus, Ebola combo going on, and I'm lucky to be alive.
Well, we're glad you are.
Much to the disappointment of many.
Oh.
So, the minute this finals is over, I'm jumping in the car, driving, what am I driving, 600 miles back to Rock Springs, Wyoming.
I'm not. I'm going to go out on the town in Vegas.
Oh,
the
yeah?
wife's here with a friend, and we're going to take off real quick. Meanwhile, RUBILEN to start set number 2. Hanyu won the lag, and it was breaks first in the first set. Then they alternate breaks each set. In between the sets, it's winner breaks.
How exciting for RUBILEN. Up a set, playing fantastic in the finals of a massive championship. This is the kind of stuff you live for, practice for, dream about.
Well, she made a ball on the break. I believe the 4 balls down. Can she see a little bit of the 1 to play safe behind the 4 balls on the right?
I can't quite tell. I don't think so, George. I think she's in a little trouble here.
Push out.
Yeah, gotta push. Don't over push here. Just do something that's not really good for either of you. I would push out down through the 2 ball. Or this way's okay too. Just leave some distance. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Because cutting the 1 in, although difficult, doesn't really lend itself for shape. So most of the time, well, I'll tell you what.
Corner pocket.
Oh, well, I think this is kind of overplaying her hand. Nobody makes these shots very often. And even if you do, getting position is pretty unlikely. But as straight as they shoot, hard to question it. Oh, and elevated too. Mercy sakes, this is tough.
Well,
yeah, that's a tough shot.
She hit more ball than she had to, so she had room.
Well, I'll tell you, and she got position. Well, of course, if you make it, the cue ball doesn't end up there. But I wasn't necessarily in love with that shot. I think it's just too hard. Too hard. You got to lay up on that par 5 once in a while when you got a bad lie. Now, here's the problem with this. Although this shot's quite difficult, the angle brings the cue ball back towards the 8 where she could get shape. Oh, what a hit. Folks, do you know how good a shot that was? I think you do, which is why you're tuning in. You love pool. I mean, we've all made that shot once in a while, but man, nobody has to make it.
You know, a lot of people watching on their computers, on Pro Billiard TV, on Billiard TV, want to know about the players. A lot of the European players, all you have to do is Google them, and you'll find them on Wikipedia. You'll find 2 great articles on both these ladies. RUBILEN AMIT and Han Yu are both in there. And I get some of my information there. In fact, I get most of my information there from AZ Billiards, and try to bring you and keep you updated with information on the players.
Nice drag shot. Now this will be a cool looking shot. The problem is, well, there's so many ways she can play this. I think she has to draw this around real tight with bottom left-hand English, and maybe can play the 6 on the side. I can't quite tell. We'll find out here in a minute.
Can she beat the 9 ball?
Yeah, might not even be able to do that. She couldn't even do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, good read, George. I wasn't sure. Well, when she looked at position on the 6, I thought maybe that meant she could get through there. But the perspective from here is pretty
even if she could beat the 9 ball,
right.
That was a better play because she'd probably hit the 9 if trying to cut it. Even if she made the ball and cut it, she wouldn't probably come down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if she...
That was a good play.
Yeah.
Very good play.
Avoided the scratch.
Uh-oh.
Now this rack has got quite complicated now.
That 6 ball's a little touchy.
Oh,
It's in a bad place.
Yeah, it's in a tough spot to get at off the 5. Even if you cut this 5 in, your cue ball has to deal with the 7 and the 10. But if the 6 goes on the side, then she will play this cut and try to come down 3 rails and almost get back to about where she is.
Around the 5 and the 10,
Yeah.
the 7
Around
and the 10,
the 7,
excuse me.
Yeah, sure. High left English here. Well, I'll tell you what, some of that here.
Well, she didn't go around them. She went by them, which is
Yeah,
fine.
she went inside them. That was mission.
And from this angle, do you think she'll play it in the corner?
Yes. Now she's got to punch this. This is missable. Even for the great RUBILEN. Nice shot. Boy, she shoots straight.
Yeah, she sure
She's
does.
made so many great shots already.
Both these players
Yeah.
played quite a few matches this week. They played in the Mixed Doubles Open. RUBILEN playing with Francisco Bustamante, a Hall of Famer. And then Han Yu played with Woo Kun Lin.
Oh, yeah, that's a good team. I mean, there were so many.
Oh, there's
good
so
teams.
many
no
good. There was
bad
so
teams.
much talent. Jeez. But it was Kelly Fisher and Alex Kazakis that won it over Cho Che-yu and Chang Zhonlin from Chinese Taipei.
She's going to have to make a pretty tough shot here. This is not what she was wanting. She was wanting to shoot this on the side next. This could be an opening for Han Yu. Even these great players miss these sometimes.
Where do you like to play this ball? To the bottom corner pocket or the other one? It's a bigger pocket to the bottom, but
Yeah, but the shape is so, yeah, this is the way to play it and float the cue ball side rail and forward a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, now come on. Now she's flashing gang signs. She just cut this in with a high right hand cue ball and went around the 10 like a exhibition shot. That's unbelievable. Wow. I can't believe she hit it like that. That was amazing. She shot that with inside English. That was super tough.
and off to a great start.
Yeah.
She has rattled off 5 games in a row.
Well,
Hanyu had 2 break-in runs, and RUBILEN has rattled off 5 in a row. Runner-up here gets $13,125. Your semi-finalist had to settle for $6,563. I should round those off, make it sound better. 5th through 8th had $3,281, and 9th through 16 made expenses maybe. They had $1,641.
well, what I like about that, George, is the money's not ridiculously top-heavy to look more impressive. Some tournaments, they'll stack all the money in the first place so they can talk about a $40,000 first place, and then the guy that gets third can't break even. I like the way that money's broke down. 22,
Sure.
and then what'd you say, 13?
13,
Yeah, those are
125.
humane
Yeah.
numbers. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Yeah, they pay 25% of the field. Got to the final 16, you were there. And at that stage, of course, it goes to stage 2 and single elimination, and the number of sets go up. In stage 1, it's 2 out of 3 sets. And if they're tied in the third and deciding set, they go to a shootout. But here, you have to win 2 sets apiece. Well, 3 sets, best of 4.
You know what I find interesting, George, watching this is just such contrasting styles. RUBILEN, a total field player, fast and loose. Hanyu, methodical, almost like fits the culture, the personality. You could just watch RUBILEN walk across the room, kind of picture how she would play pool, and the same with Hanyu. You know, the same way she would open a door is the way she addresses the pool table, and both styles work, and I find that interesting. Because I've always wondered, what's the way to go? Is it the Earl Strickland, or is it the Ralph Souquet? You know, and they both win championships.
And they both had very successful careers. And, oh, there's Shields. He's one of our cameramen on the team here with Predator.
What a tough shot here. Jacked up over the 10, elevated, long shot, has to draw back. Scary shot here. Beautifully hit. Such straight cueing, folks.
The young man you just saw with the camera is normally on one of the cameras giving you shots of the table and the players.
She might be going around the 10 with a middle right-hand cue ball. Touchy shot. Hit to perfection. Now this shot can get away from you. You got to watch you don't draw and hit the point of the side pocket. And that stops the path of the cue ball to the 6. So important shot here. Takes a lot of feel. Very easy to hit the point. Oh, beautifully hit. Boy, getting to the 7 ball is going to be tough.
This is pretty much the same 6 ball that Jeremy Jones had in Moscone Cup.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
That was he had a time foul on it. He had the referee clean the ball. But that was pretty much the very same shot.
Well, everybody knows Jeremy takes an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes, so putting him on the shot clock is like good luck. He's going to struggle with that. He's just not a fast player. But that's why we have shot clocks, because if everybody played his pace, this tournament would be 6 months long.
Wow.
Doesn't make him a bad guy. He's just a slow player. Deal with it. If you don't like it, Jeremy, speed up, pal.
I have to say, I've truly enjoyed doing commentary with Jeremy and with you.
Sure.
You know, both nice guys.
Oh, yeah, he's a super nice
Yes,
guy.
he is.
Boy, what an out she made here.
Wow, she's got to make a comeback here. So here it starts. This is where it starts. This 10 ball. She's had the better break.
Yeah, if you ever get on the freeway doing like 37 miles an hour in the fast lane, you're going to hear about it. But in pool, somehow people can take 20 minutes to run a rack and everybody thinks it's okay. I don't. I think it's horrendous. And I'll call you out on it. Don't care if you like it or not. And I'm not picking on Jeremy. I'm just talking anybody that plays ridiculously slow. It's absurd. It's got to stop. All right, moving into the third rack of the second set. Both of them playing just alien-like, absolutely incredible standard. That last run out, I think, might have been the toughest one of the match. She had all kind of tricky things she had to do there.
Big break.
I believe RUBILEN, George's got a lot of friends and family here too, pulling for, and that's always so inspiring when your loved ones are there, your friends. It really pumps you up to play good and focus. And it can actually be a detriment at times, but I only got to play in front of my parents a couple of times, and I wasn't comfortable. But I remember calling my dad in 06 and saying, hey, turn on the internet, check it out. He didn't know I'd won the US Open. And my mom said he burst into tears, and he was like a tough guy, construction worker. You didn't see that too often. So it means a lot to the family, and RUBILEN's family, I believe, is here, part of them. And, they must be so proud. Nice shot.
And to the middle of the table, head rail to head rail. A rather popular safety, especially when there's balls around the spot.
Yeah, that was a good hit. Going to the lob wedge, the air rush jump cue, best jump cue I've ever used, and I've tried them all. Oh, now that's pretty hard to do right there.
Double kiss to the side pocket.
Yeah, that was unlucky.
That's the kind of kiss you don't want, folks.
No. Well, I guess she can play. Okay, yep. Actually, this is real nice because what she's going to do is play shape to shoot the 2 and nudge the 9 off the 7, which leaves her there for the 3. So I don't think you want to get too straight in there. You need a little angle just like this. Very smart. Now she can just move the 9. Yeah, that's what she's looking at. Not the reaction she wanted. That got away from her a little bit. That's why you see her shaking her head. Now the shot on the 3 to the 4 quite difficult. 5 still tangled up. That was a car wreck right there.
Yeah, she was trying to hit a little bit more to the right of the 9 to push it away past the 5.
Extension.
I was afraid if she did that, though, if she got a little bit too much, she'd go underneath the 5.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. No, that was tricky, but necessary. Yeah. And now she's in a bad spot.
Well, she's elevated, and then she's got a thin cut. She's hard pressed to hold the cue ball for the 4 ball.
Ducking or something. I don't know. Knowing her, she's shooting. She doesn't duck too often. Yeah, that's always going to be brutally tough there. Didn't leave much. Whenever you see these players elevated like that, the difficulty magnifies greatly, and but it's part of the game. You got to shoot elevated shots all the time.
Well, from a personal point of view, I'll tell you, I used to shoot elevated shots and off the rail shots handily. They never bothered me.
Really? Oh,
As I've aged, I'm telling
yeah.
you, as
Yeah.
I age, if I'm elevated,
Uh-huh.
I'll kick at a ball.
Uh-huh.
Forget it. I'm not going to shoot.
Yeah, I'm not shooting it. Now, I believe what she can play here is she wants to kick and kind of clip the left edge of the 3 as she comes off the rail, and the 3 will go down side rail, in rail by the 4, and the cue ball might kind of stay up on this end. Now, she was able to go ball first, kind of the same result. Didn't get the hook, though, that she was looking for. But nothing wrong with this. I thought she was hooked. She didn't hit that safe like she wanted, so she won't be happy with this. What has she got here? Tell you what, I don't see much.
Well, I was thinking you might want to bank the 3 ball right at the 10, but the cue ball goes towards that pocket, so I don't like that at all.
Well, that, and if you overcut the 3 ball a 1/4 inch, it clips the 4,
Yes, yeah,
and
exactly.
feeds it, you know, and then all of a sudden you leave them straight in. I don't know. This is I'll tell you a shot that's not that exotic, but it can win, is you just roll the 3 into the in rail and up a 1.5 and lay the cue ball right down behind the purple. But your touch has to be so good.
Yeah,
Well,
she went for it and missed it on the pro side.
Oh, I love what she did.
Yep.
I didn't even think that was really available.
Yep, she
shot.
sure did. And did a good job of it.
Now, here's where you'll see the players go for this bank, because if it goes, they're on the 4. If it doesn't, they're leaving a long shot. I like her shooting this bank. A lot of times this 3 will hit the 7, glance to the side rail, and tuck down behind the 6 anyway. So this is about as free of a bank as you're going to get in a match of rotation. Well, of course, it goes around everything and comes up and leaves her perfect.
Oh, for the side
It's pretty
pocket.
rare. That was really about as free as you're going to get. No, it's not free though. This shape
Yeah.
to the 4.
That's what I was looking at that, and I was saying it's going to take a really accurate shot to keep it in the pocket at the speed she has to hit it.
Yeah. And to get position is going to be something. I don't know what she's got planned here, but it looks pretty awesome, whatever she's gearing up to do. Wow.
Just that. Yeah, she didn't quite get there. That's what I was afraid of, was she hit the shot like that and just not be able to.
Yeah, the Zika virus got me. All right. Come off the left edge of the purple, down by the 9. I would think a little bit of left-hand spin, pretty thin. You don't want the 4 to move too much. Very nice. From there, that's about the best you could hope for.
Well, this does lay. If she can make this ball, it lays nice to get on the 5.
Yeah, right, absolutely. The problem with these shots is at the speed you're shooting this ball, you just have to flick it over to the corner, and if it doesn't go, you're leaving an easy starter shot. I've always hated these shots, but you got to shoot them sometimes. I'll tell you what, well,
She shot it with a stroke.
I kind of like what she
Gave it a
did
chance,
there. Yeah. She said, if I make the ball, I'm going to play safe on the 5. She wasn't really playing shape on the 5.
4 ball in the corner.
I think this is a shot she would stab in about 1 out of 6. 1 out of 8.
Well, she likes that jump cue.
Oh yeah, those air rush. They're just so easy to jump the ball that these players go for everything with them. Now what? Tell you what, there's not an easy save here, not an easy shot. She doesn't have much. Gotta look at this for a minute. Huh.
And
Well, I'll
down
tell
he
you
goes.
what. Now the incoming player's got the option.
Is she going to slice this in?
Well, I think she's going to try to just nudge it to the rail and fall behind the 9 real soft. Oh, she'll take that all day. Nice safety there. Now, can RUBILEN get to the end rail and kick this 4 up table, holding the cue ball down on that end? That's what she's looking at. She doesn't want this 4 to run into the 10 though. She wants that 4 to separate and go way down table. Oh, well, she's a big underdog from here to do anything good. She'll be happy to hit this. Nice shot. Ain't gonna get
Oh,
safe.
look
Are
at
you
this.
kidding? How you
Oh,
rolling?
boy.
Boy, that's yeah, it kind of speaks to the lesson that Bobby Hunter gave me 25 years ago. He says, don't get so obsessed with like, are you going to shoot good and make all your positions? He goes, the kicking, when it's going right, you're going to win even if you're not playing good. And if you're kicking bad, you're getting beat. I don't care how good you're playing.
Well, usually when you're kicking good, you're playing good.
Yeah, you know, but you know how it is. Like if you and I play and I shoot 8 kicks and every one of them leave you straight in, I mean, you're robbing me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm shooting, but I don't know that I'm going to rob you, but yes.
Yeah.
But it's just like getting rolls. It always seems that the player that's playing better and it's with less fear
Sure.
gets the rolls.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
It sure does.
You know, if you play 4 kicks in a match and all 4 of your kicks, you leave me easy shots, and all 4 of mine, I'm hooking you though. You can imagine what's going to happen. But now I'm going to tell you something. There's no way. Oh, I see what she was trying to do. She was trying to get up on the 9.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't play that combination. Okay. She might have got safe.
She's going rail first to try to make this, or is she playing safe, you think? Yeah, she's playing to make it. I actually like those shots. Didn't say I can make them, but I actually like them.
Well, you one pocket players do that kind of stuff real good.
You one pocket players?
Yeah. Yeah, I played a game or 2 of it.
I'll have you know something, folks. Johnny came over to my house one time. We went to pockets there in Tucson, and he just gave me a lesson. He came over to my house and gave me a better lesson.
Oh,
But-
yeah, we were just we were practicing. Just practicing. You play good.
It was fun. It was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
you're in my mind, you're kind of a 670, 700 Fargo-ish type guy. You got a lot of knowledge. Knowledge goes a long ways playing this game. You know, because half of it is execution. Half of it is deciding what to execute. You know, like I know how to slam dunk a basketball, but I can't do it.
You can't reach it.
But with pool, you know, you've got to decide and then execute.
Yeah. Well, the thought process has to be there, and then the execution.
Yeah. Well, I'm having just absolute coughing fits. I got sick this week. I'm doing the best I can here.
Yeah.
But we're trying not to cough in your ear, folks at home. It's tough. We're both sick as a dog.
I was fine till today.
Yeah, me too. I've
been
now
great
having,
all week.
Yeah, coughing fits out of
The last day for the finals. Here we go. This morning I was miserable.
Boy, RUBILEN's played great. She's played great, and you know, I think she would be the first to admit the balls have kind of cooperated a couple times and let her get some momentum.
Well, they traded punches there with RUBILEN winning the first game, Han Yu taking the second, and she takes the third in the second set. So they've been working hard. One of the tournaments we had here in Vegas, folks, was something to behold. It was the American Junior Showdown. And I'm just going to I'm going to say a little something that came to mind. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but, you know, there's American women have never won this title or any of the world 10-ball titles. And I think, in my personal opinion, I believe it's a testament to the European and Asian pool federations. But that might be changing because the American Junior Showdown displayed and showcased two young ladies that are junior champions. Sophia Master, world junior champion, and the runner-up Savannah Easton. Gives us some hope in a few years. It really does. And we have the other young man from Texas played very, very well. So Laz Martinez, along with Peyton McBride, Joey Tate. There was all of the juniors played so well under the lights, and it was just, it looks bright for the juniors. And what a great showcase by Predator. I believe there was a $16,000 prize fund for the juniors. Usually they don't pay for money, but and they all got paid to show up and play they did. If you didn't see any of that, you missed a great showdown.
You know, George, to that point, I mean, like this Laz Martinez, I mean, he's like 17 or 18 years old with like a 740 Fargo, which is well above pro caliber.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's a high school kid playing professional caliber. So they've got to start somewhere. And the juniors really impressed me this week with their composure, the way they handled themselves and behaved. They were all just perfect gentlemen and ladies. It was really nice to see. And American pool needs that.
It sure does. And actually, you made a great point that I'm going to play off of. The composure. Yeah. Their composure was excellent. Yes. I mean, these guys look so experienced, and you know, just they were here to play pool, and they did.
They played good. I kind of became buddies with like a Payne McBride. I got to know him a little bit. I like him. Well, he's a good player, but I just liked him too. We chatted. He's cool.
Yeah, Major Payne.
Yeah, Major Payne.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I've been to some of the juniors around the world, and they were there actually. I think he's been in Austria once or twice, possibly. And and then I don't remember if he was in New Zealand or not. That's where Sophia won her world 10-ball championship, junior championship.
Wow.
And Savannah, they had a great final. Went hill. It was just something to behold. Some of you guys want to look those up on YouTube. Those matches are there on the Pro Billiard TV. What great matches to go and you know, spend some time, take a look at these guys. They play great.
Big shot that Han Yu missed, a tough shot, and sometimes, you know, your eye will tell you what's required to get the cue ball to the 6 is not really what's required to make the ball. Like when you play straight pull, that break shot comes up, that can pull your eye off because you want to go into the rack. And that's kind of what happened. Her eye went to the 6 ball, I believe. Tough shot, of course, but that was just a subtly difficult shot. Very smart shot there by RUBILEN, and I really thought she would try to cut it in. She's one of the most offensive players I've seen. She does not like playing safe unless she has to.
5-ball in the corner.
I'll tell you something. I think this Han Yu is feeling the heat too, because RUBILEN has played so good. That ball's going to go. Incoming player has an option. Oh, RUBILEN can make this and get position on the 8. She's loving this.
Yeah, there ain't no option here. You're taking this shot.
Missable for me, but I'd shoot it. I'd love it.
I think I'm being hustled, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I just you know, the funny thing is, seriously, I talk like I can't play, but I've missed so many balls and lost so many different ways. And I'm the glasses half full with a dead bug in it, okay, type of person anyway. But I just know how hard pool is. And I think after all these years, it's finally cracked me and broken me down. It just looks impossible.
Isn't it funny how we always remember our mistakes?
Oh, yeah.
And we forget about all the great shots or the good
Oh.
shots or the wins we made. But when we lose, we
Oh,
just remember
I
every
remember.
instance.
Absolutely. Yeah, the wins are a blur, but the losses are a nightmare. It hits me so hard when I play real bad and lose big matches. Like I lose my appetite for a couple days. My legs feel heavy. It's like depression 101. I mean, it's just awful.
Well, this 10 ball to go up 3-1 in set number 2, guaranteeing herself.
She overcut that. Look at that. She
Yeah,
said, "Oh
she
boy, I almost missed it."
She did.
That's what happens when you play fast, but at the same time, that's also why you can catch that gear and play unbelievable times too.
Sure, sure. That's one of the things. A lot of the great players, they address that ball with the same intensity and fundamentals as they address a really tough shot.
Oh yeah, even like an easy shot. You're saying, yeah, they address every. Yeah, I'm guilty of not doing that. I look at easy shots like, well, this is easy. I'm not going to waste my lower back, and But that's from straight pull where you focus on the break shot, and then the other shots I try to just get through them. With rotation pull, usually a shot will come up in the rack that this is the one that should get me out, and I'll focus a little more. But some of these guys, I don't know how they bear down so hard on every little single stop shot. That would wear me out. But to each his own. As long as you're not going 37 in the fast lane, I'm okay with it.
And you're behind him?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, again, coming close there. I'm going to tell you a little story. I don't know if I really should, but I will. I was at the Q Club in Vegas playing in a Texas Express tournament, and I played a gentleman by the name of Danny DiLiberto there. A long time ago. He just passed, and our, condolences to the family and all that. But back to the story. He broke and ran an 8-pack on me, and what reminded me was that cue ball hitting the point of the side pocket. All his break and runs, the cue ball hit the side of the pocket right there.
Really?
Every single one.
Wow. Went for a little tough shot, but she knew if she was able to put it down and play position. Now, can Hanyu settle down here and make a great shot to get started? Big shot here. Got to make this.
She's going to have to if she wants this set. But,
super tough.
Great loss to the pool world, Danny DiLiberto. He'll always be remembered as a great player.
Oh, yeah.
And a good commentator.
Well,
him and Billy were great.
And the modern players and the youngsters, I tell them all, I go, look, you guys are great, but a lot of you, I don't think, realize they just seen Danny as just some guy that was on the microphone. I'm like, he was a straight up killer, believe me.
He liked your game too.
Oh yeah, him and I. He'd seen me play a lot in my prime, so he knew I actually was a pretty solid player. But Danny was a great player. 300 ball runner and one pocket savant. So I mean, he was no joke. Played rotation good. And I loved listening to him on the mic. It was just like hearing an old friend. And he was funny, and he had stories that took us back like a time machine.
Sure. And he had lots of them.
Oh, sure.
I mean, maybe we should get a little arguments like Billy and he used to.
I know it was funny when they'd start.
Oh, sure.
Well, I would just have to play you for my last $100 if you shot a shot like that. Just the stuff. Oh man. So
is he the one that made the comment one time? It was you can't put a gun to my head and shoot that shot.
Good hit. Grady Matthews was funny too. He was a great storyteller and very entertaining, and he was good for pool. I mean, even today, like when I get on YouTube and I see a match from the late 80s, early 90s with Bill and Cardona, and I hear that, this is a sound I'll never forget. Da-da-dun-dun, da-da-dun-dun, da-da-dun-dun.
I don't get it.
You've never heard that?
Oh,
That's the AccuStats intro.
Oh no,
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, you're fired,
unfortunately, I
George.
haven't watched too many.
You're
And Mike
fired.
Howerton's a
Yeah.
great friend of mine. He owns it now.
Yeah, Pat Fleming's been nice enough to let me in the booth,
Uh-huh.
and I really learned how to play pool from AccuStats.
3 ball corner pocket.
I'll never forget that intro. But let's see what we got here with the jumping to the 1. The problem is this 1 could very easily hit the backside of the 3 and sort of just stop there. Well, she's jumping this with a full cue. What? You've got to be kidding me.
No, that was the jump cue.
Was it?
Yeah. See the white? Yeah.
Oh,
that was a jump
okay.
cue.
I thought it was a full cue. Hey, I'm losing my mind here.
No, that wasn't Earl jumping with a full cue mule chain.
Yeah, like why would you ever use a full cue nowadays?
Oh wow.
One ball corner pocket.
Ouch.
Extension.
So she can't actually see the 1, I don't think. No. Oh, she's going to shoot the Efren Reyes Z shot.
Z shot?
Side rail, side rail. The problem is it's going to open up off the second rail. So she has to shoot this very hard to get it to act right off the second rail. This should be high speed. Yes. Now see how it opened up?
Yep.
You have to warp that 100 miles an hour to have
Yeah.
any chance.
I actually, when I looked at that, my first instinct was to stay to the left side of the side pocket.
Well, but then you'd have to have it go, you'd have to have it hit the second rail and then arc towards
Yeah.
the 6, but it would have the wrong spin to do that. Now, she
Okay.
played it right. She's got to hit it way harder, though. Way harder. And that was a ridiculously difficult shot. I would have butchered it, too. Efren, when he did his shot, there wasn't that ball in the way, and it was able to go side rail, open up, and had plenty of room. But that was tricky because of the 6 ball. So RUBILEN with the ball in hand to get started.
Going to put the car in reverse a little bit and come
Yeah.
back for this 5 and now the 6.
And she would like to get heavy enough on the 6 to move under the 7. Doesn't want to play the 7-8 combination, obviously. So this is going to require some precision. Make a nice little cut here. Pocket speeded in there. This is about right. Now this is a dragging, kind of a low with a little bit of left. And the cue ball draw has to be releasing right as it gets to the 6 ball. This requires so much feel.
Extension.
Yeah, she's got to think about it for a minute. She's wanting to get the cue ball under the 7, I would think. You know, sometimes you could just hit these with a 9 o'clock left-hand cue ball with no drag and just turn it in, have it hit the in rail, and turn left. Depends on how you're feeling. That's kind of what she decided to do, and she hit it like perfect.
Like the
How
champion
about
she
that
is.
shot? Yeah. Wants a big angle on the 9 to come down 2 rails for the 10, so this will be stop, draw back 4 or 5 inches on the 8, or maybe go to the in rail and bounce off. This I see with my friends. They don't play at enough angle on this 9 and they try to stun down. You need to get a good foot off this end rail, just like that. And she knew that, of course. Now this is natural to come down for the 10. This is a high ball, so you make sure you don't hit the point of the side pocket. Just like that. See it kind of turn towards the
Beautifully
side
done.
rail.
Sure.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
10 ball corner pocket.
And this 10 ball to take the second set. Guarantee yourself the worst, a shootout.
She really knows what she's doing. I like the way she moves the cue ball, spins the cue ball.
Well, we'll take a short break and maybe they'll run an ad here for you to keep you entertained. We're going to get a drink of water. All right. The pool stat guys put some stats up there for us. Now that we have 2 sets completed, let's take a look at the John's favorite stat, the pop. You see RUBILEN 921 in the first set, 821 the second. And you see what happened to Han Yu's in the second set. It's down to 593, only winning 1 game. Safety efficiencies, RUBILEN's much higher. Han Yu came with a couple of not so good safeties, if I recall.
You know, as somebody that just follows sport, follows golf, played all these, you know, you just don't play perfect every set. I mean, we all want to. It seems like they do it, but you're going to have sets where you mess up a little bit, and that's just all part of it.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And that's why we watch, and that's why we practice. And that's why we raise our eyebrows sometimes and go, what was that? And it's just interesting because if they never missed, nobody would watch this stuff.
And the other thing is, and that's why these short races really accentuate any mistakes.
Yes, I think it's a great format. Great format because it keeps the fans involved. You know, if you have a long race to 13 and somebody gets ahead 9-1, people go to dinner early. It's not good. So I like this format.
I liked it from the get-go because it would give someone like me a little bit of a chance to win a couple sets, possibly, you know, win a match.
Oh yeah, no, nobody's going to take you light because you can definitely win a race to 4 if you get feeling it, get to hitting the balls good, and it.
But I've yet to play in one, and then I have stage fright, so you have that.
Well, if you weren't so dang good at the commentary, maybe they'd let you out there on the floor. But I think they locked you into a 35-year contract. Oh.
But I will say one thing about the commentary. Boy, I was fortunate they took me to Austria twice, once to New Zealand.
Wow.
I've got to travel the world. Took my wife the second time to Austria and went to Italy, spent a week there. Beautiful trip, all thanks to Predator.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I totally appreciate it. And then on top of it, I came home with a paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever see Austria, it's going to be on YouTube. I'm not much of a traveler. That is one place, though, that I would go if I really had to go a long ways. Austria.
Albin and Jasmine put together a great venue over there. It was awesome. It was awesome. They do a lot for the sport over there, and they're their hometown heroes. I tell you, it was great. And Predator, of course.
I think riding through the Alps there on a motorcycle in like July would be pretty freaking
Hey,
epic.
and get this. I forgot this till you just mentioned it. When I was there, they were having the motorcycle rally that they have in Austria.
Okay,
It was
there you
there.
go.
So I
Yeah.
walked to the Harley dealer, picked up a T-shirt. They were playing music, serving food. It was awesome.
That would be. That's my kind of scene. All right, what's she gonna do with this? Really, the 3's so tangled up. I don't know if there's really any kind of shot. See what she does here. Well, I have no idea what she's trying. I don't like this one bit. Well, that's the greatest shot I've seen in my entire pool life. I just cannot believe what I just witnessed there. She jacks up, spears that in, half a pocket past the 9, and clips the 3 out.
And it has the
My
shot.
Fargo just went up 50 points seeing that. Holy Toledo, what a shot.
Coming around the 7.
I mean, I suppose, but it just takes the long, tough shot.
Sure. Well, after the one she just made, this was a piece of cake.
Exactly. If she goes on to win this match, remember that 2-ball she just made. It's one of the best shots I've ever seen in the finals.
And that will pump up a player.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, it can also scare your opponent half to death.
I think that
It
young
can
lady.
unpump your opponent.
I think that young lady in the chair has, she has seen it.
She's seen it all.
She's seen it all.
That was some Earl Strickland type stuff right there.
I'll tell you, the match when she won the world 9-ball against Simi Chin, She played absolutely fan-friggin-tastic.
Yes, you'd have to beat her. Well, the 9 to the 10 is going to have her full attention. She's going to have to really get good on the 9. Got to make a nice shot here, of course. They handle the rest so good.
I don't like this shot because you have to hit it soft unless you're going back and forth.
No, she'll just trickle this in, I would think. Lord, if she goes up and down the table, she looks like she might. No, she just.
Yeah.
I like that. The pocket plays bigger. Yeah.
The pocket plays bigger, but
Yeah, but still, it's a hard shot.
I always seem to hit it fat,
No, it's a hard shot.
going blind.
Well, one of the snooker pros gave me a lesson one time with the rest, and it helped me because
Uh-huh.
I think I'm completely ridiculously bad with it. But the American players, we have a habit of not pinning it down. So they were telling me pin the handle
rest,
down,
okay.
pin it to the
Oh,
table
I see,
so
I
it
gotcha.
doesn't. Because I was holding it and like the whole thing's sliding around and stuff. Pin it down, and then you can.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay,
Gotcha.
that helped.
So little angle here or more angle here?
Well, this will work, but you have to really dig in and hit this with bottom left hand and hit it great. And the miscue is what she's worried about, which is why she just chalked up pretty good.
Got to make sure you beat the side pocket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And if you
Yeah.
overcut this ball, you'll make it, but you might scratch on the side. She has to cue this nice. Oh, she hit that. Nope.
It didn't sound good. It made a noise.
She let up. Well, she either half miscued or I don't know what happened there. She just let up and the draw was gone.
She's going to cut this in.
Oh, she has to try
Yep.
it now. Now, I predict if she misses this, this will turn into a runaway. This will wreck her confidence. Because that's one of the only real errors I've seen her make. Oh, my goodness. I think she miscued on that 9 because the cue ball had no draw on
It sounded like it. It really,
Yep.
I heard it, here.
I love her composure.
It's a little whack.
Oh my goodness, I would be ready to bite my tip off the cue. She's just calmly, just chilling till her next opportunity. The consummate professional. You know, I see some of these golfers, these guys with $300 million in the bank, and they hit a bad shot and they start slamming clubs and acting like a baby. If I owned 3 Lear jets, trust me, it would solve some anger issues. I don't know how you can get mad, but these pool players are showing a lot of composure. This is life-changing money.
Speaking of composure, I was watching a mixed doubles match yesterday with Cho Che-Yu and Chang Jun-Lin, and they're winning, and he breaks the ball. It's a great break. They had just run out of rack, and the great break, and the cue ball rolls up, unfortunately up against the 1 ball. He gives it the finger.
Well, you know,
That was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Exactly, and I think it's smart because you're in the entertainment industry.
Sure.
And you've got to be funny once in a while and entertain the crowd, and to see him do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't look like the guy that's going to try to be too funny too often.
Yeah.
He looks so serious all the time.
The problem is that you might find a referee somewhere along the line to give you a card for that.
Yeah.
Which, he didn't slam the cue. He didn't do anything to his opponent. So,
It's
but
okay, I'm
it's
stretching
a
my
judgment
finger
call.
out.
It's a judgment call.
I've been texting a lot lately.
But
with
it was
hands.
funny. We got a kick out of that. Gosh. I think it was Eric was in the booth with me.
Oh, Eric.
Yeah. And we just laughed so hard.
It's been fun working with Big Red. Eric Orlovsky
Sure.
this week. He is a sweetheart of a guy, and we've become fast friends. He took me under his wing with the commentary, and I've had fun working with him. He's so good at it. Oh, here we go.
Look
this
at,
little shot. Perfect.
Did she get up against the 10?
Well,
Looks
she's
like
cut
it.
off like
Yeah.
27 different lanes. I mean, this is death right here.
That's the kind of a safety a one pocket player play on you.
I think
It-
she
it
can
tucks you
actually, get to the rail and spin into this, but this is as good as dead meat. You can't do nothing from here. You just got to hope the 2 ball moves to your left a few feet, and the cue ball maybe hits the 4 and stays there, but this has got sellout written all over it. RUBILEN with all the momentum, playing amazing. And that miscue that Han Yu just had on the last rack, it's going to be a lot to overcome.
On that 9 ball.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell you what, she's thrilled with that result.
Sure.
Thrilled. Not an easy safety.
You consider just rolling the 2 to the top rail and getting behind the 8?
Oh, yeah, if you could do that, sure. Yeah, just nudge the 2 down on the back rail and fall behind the 8. I love that. I don't know if it's available. I think that's the shot. I don't know what she's looking at. She's trying something kind of exotic here. I like her doing your shot. It's real easy. Oh, wow. No,
Oops.
that was dangerous, but you know. Yeah, that's just gonna happen, that double kiss. Not much you can do there.
And, oh, well, she might have found cover, but it's a straightforward kick.
Now this shot you like because the cue ball with high ball will hit the 2, and then it'll go towards the 7 and the rail, and the 2 ball will come down. You can get safe sometimes here. She's gonna hit this with a high right hand cue ball, and the cue ball will hit the 2 and move to our left. Boom, just like that. Now, it didn't quite hug behind the 7. I kind of feel that she shot that harder than
It stays.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see her knock the 2 down here by the back rail, but she had a plan.
Yeah, how many times do you hit that shot and you get it to draw back behind the ball?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, it'll
yeah.
do it. Yeah, that's what she was going for, which is why she put so much pace on it. But Han Yu is treetop big time. This doesn't have to go. Good shot.
Well, if you're going to mount a comeback and you've only won 3 games in the first 2 sets, this is the time.
Intricate position, George. She has to pass the 5 on the right side and go right in between the 5 and the 6 here with a high right hand cue ball. The thickness on the 3, the hit has to be just the right thickness or you'll run into something. What a shot. She played it to go around the 4. I love that. A lot of times you'll end up bumping the purple out. It's kind of an okay idea, but what a nice cue ball. Now, I don't believe the 5 goes past the 10, so is she going to play soft here? Real soft. Yep, take the cut. Very nice.
I wonder why she wouldn't play the combo on the 5-10.
Oh,
That's
I
something you wouldn't want to do that?
No, that 10 ball is like way too far out from the pocket. I mean, it's doable.
Sure.
I would avoid it.
Well, I agree.
If that 10 ball was another 6 inches toward the pocket, maybe. Oh, she got perfect on this ball, I think. What a wizard with the cue ball. She's an absolute sorcerer with the pool cue. Ridiculous.
Yeah, most pros will take the run out there
Now,
instead of playing that.
It happened again.
Combo.
I mean, she's trying to draw her ball more than that, and she came up way short. This is still manageable, but this is more thin than she meant to get on this ball, I promise you.
Yeah.
I know she's great, but she doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, she has had 2 miscues,
Yeah.
so she's guarding against that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a byproduct of just getting a fraction thin on that ball. Yeah, she'll be
Well, I will say I've seen her play a lot better than what we're seeing here. And we all have those days, unfortunately.
Sure. Yeah, she just got so thin on it. I'll tell you what, you're going to see a cool shot here. Oh, she hit it so good. The scratch on the side was real easy to have happen. Played it to perfection. RUBILEN AMIT. She is incredible, folks.
Brings her own bridge. So you get under the 9 here, so you can just come straight
you can.
over.
I don't think you need to, though. The 10's
Yeah.
so close to the hole. You probably could manage.
Just
Well,
come,
I'll tell you what. This has to be hit kind of decent with a punch stroke or a high left cue ball. Yeah, she had to kind of whack that. Good shot.
10 ball in the corner.
Anytime you put that much speed on a shot, it better be hit clean.
RUBILEN AMIT is kind of having her way here. Hanyu coming up with some big mistakes at the right time for RUBILEN.
Oh, yeah.
And it's paying off for her.
Yeah, she, that, you know, I remember Corey Deuel one time he miscued on a pretty easy draw shot, and it really messed his head up. And he went into this whole, like, I can't draw my ball mode, wouldn't try to draw his ball. And you start worrying about the miscue, and you can start decelerating and kind of jabbing it. That miscue a few racks ago, I think, is, she might even have miscued again, because a minute ago she was trying to draw back from that ball on the side and get on the 7 better, and she just didn't get the RPMs on the cue ball. So it happens. You know, your tip can get a little funky, a couple miscues, and then you start being scared through the ball.
Well, remember in the first set where she jumped the ball? It was a miscue. It jumped and made the ball and just kind of sat there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she's such a pleasant competitor, just sitting there, not saying a word, not complaining, not crying about nothing, and just waiting for her next turn out of respect to RUBILEN, who has played absurdly good.
the one ball was headed to the right place.
It didn't lead much. How do you like starting with this? You're down 2-0 and you get to start with this little buttercup of a shot.
Slow roll this and get behind the
I
9.
wouldn't even shoot it. I mean, I would play safe here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would try to roll. Yeah, like you're saying, bump the 1 past the 9.
Get up on it.
Because you're not going to make this ball often enough and get shape on the 2. I believe she plays safe. I would never shoot at this. Just bump the 1 over by the 3, just like that. Very good shot. Now RUBILEN has to bend past the 9 ball to get to the 1. The scratch over to her left off the top of the 1 is very possible. Got to be careful. Because she figures to kind of hit the top side of this ball. No, she won't scratch. The angle she's coming at it, even if she hits the top, her cue ball will hit about the first diamond. I don't believe the scratch is on, so that's a relief. Just hit it.
You'd like to go 2 rails in
You
this.
would like to,
yeah,
but I don't know if she can.
yeah.
I think she's maybe able to do it now. Well, gives Hanyu a chance to get started. Where's the 2 go? It only has a couple of pockets. A couple available pockets. I don't know how to get to the 2, but we're going to find out.
She has to come between the 4 and the 10. Kind of drag it, like you say.
I think so, and then have to take a little bit of a sharp cut on the 2 in the side. She sees something I don't. She might be going around the 3 with inside English, which is actually a pretty. Nope, she's going with the draw. Boy, George, you have a crystal ball. You just seem to always kind of know what they're going to do.
Well,
is this tape delayed? Have you watched this?
Well, I watched a lot of pros play, and that's about the way they handle it. Now, executing is 2 different things, but I don't have to be right. And she did exactly what I thought she was going to do.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Yeah, one of the pleasures I get is to watch the top players in the world here in Vegas, overseas, and I do pay attention.
Oh yeah, you've seen the best players in the world for a decade, so you got a pretty dang good idea of what's going on here. Tough shot here. Get past the 8. Look at this, gonna just nudge out past it. Good shot. Now, she's had a little trouble with the miscues on the draw, so I bet you she chalks up good here. This is got to be hit real well. Draw back. Perfect. Nice shot. Okay, same thing here, but this cue ball now is moving to the rail and out. So this isn't a draw shot. It looks like it, but it's more of a middle right-hand cue ball. Now she overdid it. She overdid it. Now she's tree-topped. Oh, boy. Big trouble.
And notice how she's taking her time on the shot. She's not flowing like she was earlier. In those 2 break and runs to start out the match, she was like Johnny on the spot. She came with a real nice, a lot of rhythm, and now she's struggling.
That was a great shot right there. Very missable. I know people at home are going, that was easy, Johnny. No, it was not. Whenever you're treetop like that, if you hit the cue ball 1 millimeter left or right of center, it curves offline immediately and you overcut your shot by ½ an inch. Terrifying little shot. Gotta slow this in, maybe punch her. No, that was gutsy. Look at this play. Wow. That took some courage right there. That would have been very easy to mess up. No, she's not done fighting, George.
Well, it was shots like that she got in trouble on. Got behind him. Got behind the ball twice.
Man, I love the way she moves the cue back. Her backswing is so calm and steady and reassuring. It just looks like she could never miss. I'm going to go right back to Wyoming and try that. Slow that backswing down like Mark Wilson always teaches. The backswing really sets the foreswing in motion correctly, and he's right. Look at how smooth she draws it back. Thing of beauty. Now she's going to have to show me everything she's got right here. This is so missable.
She missed one like this.
No, everybody misses these. Oh, yeah, because you're going to have to elevate and use bottom left-hand English, which produces that swerve. If you haven't played a lot of pool, this might look easy. Very difficult shot. See how she does. Fantastic. RUBILEN even gave her a little thumb snap of approval there. Man, is she smooth.
Well, there's no time like the present to get going.
I can't do it like her, but her cue action is like what everybody teaches. It's so steady and calm. The backswing is a thing of beauty, the way she moves the cue. I play more like RUBILEN. It's just yank the cue back, say a prayer, hit it, tell me how much I owe you. It's, but different styles. But if I could do it all over again and had a coach, I probably would have tried to play pool the way Hanyu plays. Barring the miscues, I would have left those out of the program.
Well, I wonder if there's a reason for the miscues.
But,
she pays a lot of attention to that tip.
But see, RUBILEN plays in the Philippines where you grow up with slower equipment, more damp. You got to develop a big stroke to move the cue ball around because they're not playing on pristine conditions. That's why you'll see the Filipinos with these giant backswings and a wrist hinge, and it almost looks unorthodox, but it's necessary on very slow wet tables. So they develop massive stroke power, which is why RUBILEN's got that big stroke.
Well, RUBILEN comes to the table. And Hanyu's break percentage is about to go way down. She's only broken the balls 4 times.
I would think she might play safe
Now
here
5.
behind the 7. She's going to bank this one back to or the 5. She's going to bank the one towards the 7, and the cue ball follows to the in rail and up against the 7. Well, oh, she might be. Well, she's got a few options here. I'm not sure. I like the safe, but she's coming off the left edge. Great shot. Didn't quite get the hook, but that was a gutsy hit. Could have went bad. Let's see what we got here. I think you would bump the 1 up towards the side pocket, just about a foot short of it. Cue ball over by the 5. Just keep them behind the 10 ball. Keep your opponent behind the 10. Something like that, yeah. Overhit it. Now she won't like this. She will not like this one bit.
Yeah, 3 inches shorter or 3 inches
Yeah,
harder?
exactly. That's a little unfortunate to leave it right over the pocket. And that's about as much emotion as you'll see
Yeah,
out of her.
she's struggling.
Yeah, nothing's going right, which I find interesting because she's played magnificent up to this point.
Yeah, and I guess you could say nothing's going right, but she seems to be doing all the right things.
Yeah.
Except in a couple of places
Yeah,
that got away
yeah.
from her.
Well, like that little safety there is probably
Yeah.
going to cost her the
Yeah.
rack, and I mean, you just can't put that ball up over the side pocket.
Yeah, RUBILEN takes this rack, she's on the double hill. On the hill for the set and on the hill for the match.
This RUBILEN smells blood too. You can see her body language, her pace around the table. She knows that she has an opponent that's not feeling good at the moment, and she's going to take full advantage.
She sure does.
She's just punching in these long shots like they're 1-footers. Look at the power.
Oops.
She has got some big cue power. Yeah, that one got away from her. She'll be disappointed to see that. And if she's in a shootout 2 hours from now, she'll remember hooking herself right there. I promise you.
John, with the scoreline what it is, would you just go ahead get up and give it a
Well,
little twist and try to make it?
Yeah, I would try to masse
Yeah.
around this 6 rail first and try to play this ball in. You've painted yourself into a corner. You might as well go at this point. I'll tell you what, though, the jump and stick, a full ball hit and send the 5 out 3 rails wouldn't be awful. You're going to do that as often as you're going to pull this off. You got to watch scratching cross corner here off this 5. Got safe, though. She loves that. Oh, she'll take 1,000,000 of those. That's a nice result. Nothing going right for Hanyu. How do you get out of this? RUBILEN, no, she shouldn't have hooked herself there. But she's human, believe it or not. I know that's hard to picture the way she's played. Look at this shot. I think RUBILEN can hit it. Not really a pocket unless she wants to play the bank cross side, which, as good as she shoots, she might just Billy Thorpe this thing right over there.
Bankin' Billy.
Yeah.
We saw him in the bank pool showdown, folks. And Banking Billy got up and ran 11 banks in a row. He banks out one game and then breaks and runs 5 more. Skyler Woodward says, keep going. So he banks the next one. And then the 12th one, he just kind of missed.
And 11 in a row.
Skyler was ready to spot the ball that he made on the break so he could make it 13.
Well, this jump shot here, I don't know what the odds are, but it's about a half a pocket. I think she might make this 1 out of 8-ish. Good hit.
Well,
and I'll tell you what, she left RUBILEN real tough. She's going to try to cut this in the side to get on the hill. With the whole world watching, how exciting. Gosh, she's got to be so pumped. She's got to calm the nerves. not think about the check and the money and the trophy and the glory and just run out. It's so easy to get caught up in the moment. Wow. Oh, I
Shot
know what
clock.
happened there. She got rushed a little by the shot clock,
Look at this.
and I'm not sure that she wanted to even play that in the corner, but she was kind of forced
Look
to
where
go.
she ends up.
Yeah, she got away with one there.
That's how bad things are going for this young lady. How'd you?
Yeah, she smiles there. She's like, ugh, what was that? Well, what is she doing here? There's no way she playing the billiard. Oh, she played it. What a courageous play. That's such a hard little shot. This should carry her to the 6 ball if she can get this 5 to go past the 7. Man, that was not as easy as she made that look. Gotta be steady here. Very easy to twist these out of the pocket. Nice shot. RUBILEN with a chance to go on the hill will find herself at 2-2. Big difference. You better land on this 7 correctly, kid. Okay, perfect. Just roll forward about 5-6 inches.
Don't let this player get comfortable.
Yeah, no kidding. Might never win another game. Pocket speed, can hit it heavy. The snooker players, I've noticed the snooker fans, they don't play pool, and they see these players hit the rails. Oh, these are they don't understand they're aiming to do that to play different positions. And yes, the pockets are bigger, but the pool balls are twice as big as snooker balls, and you're firing them in with side spin. And if anybody thinks pool's easy, just send that Ronnie O'Sullivan over here. We got 20 or 30 guys that would give him the last 2. It's not as easy as it looked. Well, right? I mean, the snooker snobs say pool's a piece of cake. Like I said, send Ronnie over. He can win another $1 million or $2 million. He could start playing me if he wants to. I've heard it for 20 years that pool's easy and snooker's tough. It's just different, folks.
Well, a couple of them have
It's
come
just
over and didn't find much success.
Well, now Ronnie played in the IPT with us with the one game that I thought he could probably play well, 8-ball, and he pretty much did nothing and quickly went back to snooker and is still making jokes how pool is super easy. So that always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But greatest snooker player who's ever lived, but I think you got to show the respect to these players here. It's a different game.
She likes her colors on those Predator cues.
Oh, I love that color. That pink and black just looks so good. She's okay with that result. If you're gonna break dry.
It looks like there's a window.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she
Oh,
could
that's
bank this
good.
at the
Yeah, maybe
10 ball
kick
and hold the
behind it.
cue ball.
Yeah, maybe kick behind it.
Well, let's take a look at this. If there's a window, I'm going to try to bank that 1 ball into the 10, and look at that 4 ball that I try to get behind, or the 6. Doesn't hurt to call it, but she has to have the window.
Yeah, I think you have to push here. I like just. She's gonna. She can go right at it. Oh no, this is beautiful.
She tried to guarantee herself a hook so she
Yeah.
could address this rack.
She's cutting at this. Wow, this is pretty tough. I mean, you might could play the bank. The 1 would go off the 4 just as often as you'd make this cut.
Well, she's been aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, she banked it right in there. Han Thorpe. That's how good he banks. Like when I make a bank, I'm just like, I'm going to try to Thorpe this cross side. You know you're a good banker when we're referring to you when we're shooting banks. He's one of the top, I don't know, two, 3 bankers alive, I would think. Nice shot there. Really got a lot of movement out of the cue.
Three balls go in the pocket.
I want to touch on the snooker thing for another 10 seconds because I was joking a little bit. I have so much respect for that game. I've played it. Of course, I'm terrible at it, but I love it. I like the commentary, the culture, the whole thing. So I'm not disparaging snooker one bit, but I do think pool doesn't get the respect it deserves. It's kind of where I was going with it. And I think when, you know, if you kind of get immersed in something, you can just think what you do is the best and everything else is lame. But I've played all the games, 3-cushion, snooker, pool, and they're all fantastic. And the top players in each of those games are fantastically talented. So I just try to see the difficulty in all those games. And I think some people are quick to think that the game that they play is the only one worth talking about. So I bristle up at that a little bit. But to be frank, you know, I've gambled my whole life. And if somebody tells me they think somebody can beat me and I disagree, well, there's one way to find out. Go
That's
get
right.
some money, we can figure it out. I could be wrong.
Uh-oh.
That's the first
Again?
little chink in the armor there.
Again?
This last couple games, that's big.
That's very, very big.
Yeah, she really tried to cut the legs out from under that and kill it. A testament to how hard the game is. This is a woman that's dedicated her life to pool and misses a shot that looks straight forward. Tough game.
Extension.
RUBILEN with a chance to win in straight sets. Oh, the adrenaline has to be flowing.
This will be the only final if she goes on to win in straight sets that wasn't really contested.
And to beat Han Yu in straight sets would be such a just feather in your cap of your career.
Well, that 753 of RUBILEN will go to about 756 in a heartbeat just with this match.
Just with this match. I'll tell you what, this is going to kind of limit what she can do. She might decide to cut this in the side because it would lead to the 9 in the side, but wouldn't take much to miss this. Catch a point going in. Ooh, that almost got away from her. She caught it heavy, almost scratched. Promise you she's relieved that she doesn't want to do over.
Well, she's had a couple shots where she was kind of scared.
Well, imagine the nerves. She's got a chance to win $1 bazillion right here against an unbelievably good player in front of the whole world. Lord only knows how many people we have watching right now around the world. It's a lot.
I can get that info for
And
you.
you know, George, too, these matches will be etched in video forever to where you can, you know, you just know that your performance is going to be watched and analyzed and critiqued.
Sure.
Lambasted for 40 years. So a lot of pressure on these players.
A little over 7,000.
Oh, yeah, that's just right now. But
Yeah.
throughout the next year or two,
Oh.
they'll have hundreds of thousands of views.
Actually, well over 7,000 because I think they're also streaming on YouTube. I mean, it's YouTube, Facebook. Not sure about Facebook. Billiard TV.
Sure.
Samsung TV. So.
Well, I played a match with Efren 20 years
knows?
ago that at the time had like 800 people watch it. It has over 5 million views now, but that takes a while. The whole world's going to see this eventually.
Yeah.
The pool players love watching these matches. You'll pull these up on YouTube later and they know it.
Big game. She needs one to go to close it out.
Win the whole championship. What a feeling to know just one more and I win it all. It's a nerve-wracking ordeal.
Well, Han Yu will have one more opportunity at least to make something happen.
She's going to play the 2-10 combination, I believe, because the 3's tied up, so she's got a free crack with the 10. I mean, that 2-10's tough, obviously, but it's probably the best play with the 3 being tied up.
She's got to work a little to get the cue ball over by the
Yeah.
side pocket.
Yeah.
Well, no 3-10 combo. I mean 2-10 combo.
Are you telling me she's going to shoot this 2 down in the corner and go into these balls? Oof, this is difficult. This better work out or RUBILEN will be on you like a bad habit.
Extension.
She's got to find a way to maybe get ball in hand so she can play that 10 ball. I don't see
think
it.
She's shooting this in the corner and trying to open these balls up. Such a tough shot.
Actually, that works. The 3 ball, if it doesn't hit the 9, will come over there.
10 ball. Corner pocket.
She's calling the 10.
And what
She's drawing straight
might
back.
Be drawing straight back off this ball, which I kind of like her going off the left edge of it with high right English and 3 rails at it. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, she needs a 2 to calm down.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Now RUBILEN might
This
have the
bounces.
angle to get into the 3-4. It's a pretty crafty idea, though. I don't blame her with the way these balls are laid out.
Did it bounce high enough
I
to
was
play
thinking
it? No,
RUBILEN bank it into the 10. I don't think so.
I don't think so. She's going to figure something out.
Yeah.
That mind of hers is working hard.
Well, the shot I like is I like her putting the cue ball right about where her right hand is, and then coming off the left edge of the 3, 2 rails down behind the 8. So try to just get close to this
10 ball.
3
Corner
ball.
pocket.
What?
She's
playing
banking at it.
Holy cow. Well, she's got to watch the 2 come back and kiss her cue ball. This is a hard shot. Oh my
Still
God.
made it. Oh no. I thought that was going to go.
It's gonna cost her.
It could cost her the match. I mean the set.
Han Yu hysterically runs up to the table. Now she's so calm. She does not get excited.
And tied in the 3rd set at 3.
Wow, how does that 10 hold up there?
Especially after hitting the 2 ball right there the 2nd time.
That was an aggressive play. To win big championships, you got to try some stuff, but that right there was more offensive than most of my Facebook posts.
Now, you know the shot I saw there, John, is how many times do you have that shot come up in one pocket and you 3 rail into that pocket?
Yeah, that does come up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can play it. Yeah, but you wouldn't play that though because you know that the object ball would be like laying right on
Oh,
it.
sure.
I like the cue ball idea, but still, I mean, I kind of liked her looking back. Obviously, just making the 2 sliding up, playing safe. But it's easy for me to say now that it didn't work out. I don't blame her. I don't blame her trying to make the 10 there.
Yeah, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah, you
they
can't
say.
play patty cake and beat these champions.
No. Good break behind you. If that 2 ball comes up off the rail a little bit more, she's got a nice bank at it.
Right. Hill,
Well,
Hill.
and look at this combo she'll go after.
Oh man, RUBILEN, 1 game away from winning it all. How exciting. No better feeling for a player to know that you can win this 1 game and win, and even if you lose, you still are leading big time. I mean, just all the pressure on Han Yu.
Yeah, you've got a couple of outs. She's got to
Yes.
beat you another set,
Oh.
and if she wins that, you still go to the
Well,
shootout.
you got like 3 outs. Yeah, Han Yu has like 1 life left.
That's it. This game.
Good shot.
She's got to come with this game.
I'll tell you what, I can't even believe I'm suggesting this, but I might consider drawing off the side of the purple 4 and having the cue ball move towards the 2, which would open up the 3. It's going to leave you a difficult 2, but to win on the pro level, things are going to be difficult.
Extension.
Yeah, she might just avoid them and get close to the 2 and then try to play the tighter position on the 3. Yeah, that's what it looks like she's doing. Clipping the 4 wouldn't be the end of the world, though. Like that. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good control. That 7 ball does not look inviting. Got to draw over to the side rail and out with bottom left-hand English. I think she's thinking about just pinching this in and sliding over 1 foot. Yeah, like that. Nice shot. Well, you're kind of limited on what you can do with the 4, George.
This is not so straightforward.
No, this is super tough. She's got to play the 4 up to the other end, which is never easy. Oh, okay,
Show it
nice
to the
shot. She
side,
was
that's-
able
yeah.
to move that. I didn't believe she could move it that far.
Well, we
Very-
didn't have the camera angle to
Right,
see that.
yeah, we can't see down the barrel, of course. Now, you know what a lot of players will do here on this shot? Instead of just shooting and stopping, they will follow forward to the side rail and go 3 rails and get real close to the 5 ball. But this is the correct angle to move to the 7, so she opted for this. I don't disagree.
Do you like the 2-rail follow or coming straight across?
No, she's going to come across with bottom left and try to obviously avoid the side pocket. Got to be hit purely here. This can get away from you easily. And that's a beautiful shot. But because this 7 is frozen, if you shoot this with inside English or left English, your make percentage goes up, but that won't play position. So she has to hit this with like a center ball, kind of a bottom right ball, makes the shot much more missable because you're hitting the 7 and the rail simultaneously. I've seen a million of these missed when they're frozen like this. What a hit. I mean, it's just, with all the pressure in the world on her, she comes with that. Yeah, RUBILEN, that drawback into the 10 might come back to haunt you, young lady. You're gonna have to keep your focus. This Han Yu's coming after you. Wow, so calm, so reserved.
And Han Yu wins set number 3 to be down 2-1, needing this next set to send this to a shootout.
Oh yeah, RUBILEN knows she's in for the fight of her life now.
RUBILEN was ready to close it out with 1 shot on that draw 10 ball. It turned around on her, and the match goes on. We'll be right back, folks. We're going to take a little break, have a water break. Alrighty, folks, we're back here and we have some stats from the stat guy. Overall, in the match, an 812 overall performance to a 786. Scores 2-1 in sets. Break success, Hanyu still has a higher one. Average ball pocket is after the break. Let's see, 0.6 to 0.5, and they're pretty close. Shot after the break, Hanyu gets that more often, so she's breaking better. Balls pocketed. Look at this, Hanyu with more balls.
I'll tell you something.
Down a set.
If that RUBILEN doesn't win this, she's going to remember hooking herself on that 5 to the 6 transition, and then that draw off the 2 to make the 10, because Hanyu is fully in it now. You have to put a player like that away when you get a chance, and I guarantee RUBILEN is.
Look at the safety game with the safety returns and the efficiencies. Your referee is Micha Wofko. He is the head referee for the European Pocket Billiard Federation. And he does all these finals that I've watched. In the booth with me, my name is George Teacha, and in the booth with me is Mr. 626, 41 professional wins, 2006 U.S. Oh, it's going to be 50, dude.
Yeah, I won the U.S. Open back before automobiles and
2006.
electricity, but believe it or not, the fields back then were pretty tough. Efren in his prime and all that. The fields are different now. A lot of players I'm not familiar with, but it's the same movie I've seen before. Everybody just running out from everywhere.
And Big K is not back yet. This could get dicey. There's only a certain amount of time. I believe that she gets penalized a game if she's not back in time.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I bet she's any second. There she. I'd be right once this match.
I think it's twice, John.
No, the thing is, I know it sometimes sounds like it's a thing like we're trying to sound right. What we're trying to do is show you as many options as we can in a short amount of time. You're obviously going to see what they do, and we're going to give you a couple extra options. So it's not really a contest of, who's right all the time or anything like that. Plus, from our perspective, George, very hard to tell what they're doing because you can't see down the shooting line. So cut those commentators a little slack when they're wrong. We all try to do our best from back here in the chair.
Well, the 1 ball went flying. And look at this 2 ball set up for. Does the 3 ball ruin the party? No.
Well, I think she can see that. She's going to have to go high left English, 2 rails, 3 rails. Don't get hooked by the 7. Obviously, make the 2. That's always a big part of it. That's a missable ball when you start spinning that cue ball.
Past the 7.
Okay. Well, now this getting on the 4, she's going to have to twirl this in with left and come 2 rails out right there in between the 6, 7 to see the 4. This has just got complicated. And that's a byproduct of overrunning her mark on the 3. Has to really make a great little shot right here. And hit it perfectly.
Yeah, that was a nice window
That
to come
was a
through there.
beauty.
Yeah.
Now she's going to cut this and come straight across with a high ball, maybe just a few millimeters of left. So the cue ball straightens up and gets her on the 5 on the side. Very nice. Now she can maybe run into the side of the 9. And no, she doesn't want to do that. Now she's going to avoid the 9. She's going to follow forward to the rail with some inside English. And I'll tell you what.
Looks like she's going to bump it and then go to the rail.
She sure doesn't want to do that, but she might have to.
She kind of motioned with her hand.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can hit the backside of the 9 and fall and freeze to the rail.
Oh,
okay,
I think
she avoided it smartly. I like that play. She said, I'm not messing with that 9. Now, the problem with this is, if she makes this 6, she's on the wrong side of the 7 to move to the 8. She's going to have to do a big power draw, which the fans love, but RUBILEN won't. Watch this shot, folks. Bottom right hand English. And she's going to let her eat right here.
How many times have you shot this shot and scratched in the opposite side pocket?
50 million times.
Extension.
She might even play underneath the 8, but I doubt it. I'd rather just let my stroke out and try to get above it. But again, from this perspective, I can't tell if it's a thick enough hit, so we'll find out. She knows the difficulty and magnitude of this shot. She needs to take the lead in this first set. Shot of her life right here. Big one. Oh, what a champ. What a champ.
She went up to the top and not the bottom.
She's so talented. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
was too
Sure.
thin to get above the 8. Okay.
Tough to get on the 9 here.
Very tough. Oh, what a shot. I mean,
She made that shot look so easy.
she's a superstar, movie star. I don't know what to say about this woman. She pockets balls like Luther Lassiter or something. Look at that. Just punches it right up the rail. No problem.
Well, we had the men's Las Vegas Open and the Big Doubles open-ended shootouts. And there's a possibility for this one to end in the same way.
I've heard of her before. I knew she was great. She's a lot better than I realized. And that's saying something, because I already thought she was awesome. She is better than I realized.
You know, they say the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, I just see the position play and the shot making and the decision making. She looks so young, but you're looking at somebody with just 2 or 3 lifetimes of experience. She plays smart way beyond her years.
See if she can fix that break, playing the 1 ball in the side.
You with a chance to get started. The 2 connects to the 3. The 3 passes the 10. Even though this looks tangled up, these great players can connect the dots sometimes on racks like this and get started. I don't know if she can. Oh, well, she can't even see the 1. Well, forget all that. She's just going to have to push or kick or something. From here, I thought she could make the 1.
Tough to push.
Oh, no, yeah, no, the 3's in the way. I think you might consider kicking, if possible, 2 rails behind the 1. But she's just going to do something.
Looks like she's pushing at the 2 ball to
this
move
is
it, make it
interesting.
harder.
She pushed to a kick.
Yeah. Put the 2 ball in a not so good place.
Excuse me. Yes, yes. Kick 2 rails here and drive the 1 out of play. I don't like to jump one bit. Yeah, play the 2 rail kick. Yeah, she's gonna call the 1 on the side, I would think. She's not really gonna. Well, this 1 could kind of get near the side. No, she's going ball first and trying to get behind the 10. Bank the 1 up a little bit. This is kind of different. usually happens to me. I hit it on the Brooklyn side and it just doesn't do what I want. Doesn't cooperate, just like my girlfriends. But sometimes you gotta just play that shot and try to get behind the 10. I like the kick there though. I want distance.
Extension.
Boy, this is a tough shot, tough safe, tough everything.
Well, this wood ball goes to the side, it looks like. Tough shot.
Yeah.
What do you do with the 2?
Yeah, because getting on the 2 would be brutal. I don't even know what she's doing. I'll tell you what, I like that. Even though it didn't work this time, I saw the value in what she tried. She tried to just kind of rearrange the furniture and get down below the 10. Another pretty smart shot. Like I said, she's a smart player who just has. I mean, imagine all the racks she's watched Effort and Boosty play and those guys. I mean, she knows every move in the book.
Yeah, she gets behind the 10 there. Things are good.
Right. You could play the 1 off the 5 here. Nice shot. Obviously, the 4 is no good, but when you let these great players get in close to their work, they manage to make something happen a lot of times. You play this with a high left-hand cue ball. Try to stay near the 3 so you can move towards the 4, maybe get some kind of roll. Well, that surprised me. I don't believe she was thick enough on the 2 to hold it. So she went ahead and just made sure she made it. And then she'll duck some kind of way here. She's going to try to put the cue ball down behind the 4-6, looks like. 3 ball down near the 10. And your shot misses AMIT. You'll see the jump cue come out here and try to stick the cue ball on the back rail, send the 3 up table. Try not to disturb the 4-6. What happens a lot of times here, though, is you'll get a double kiss. The 3 will hit the rail and come back and hit your cue ball, and then all bets are off.
3 ball corner pocket.
She'll make sure to overcut this slightly so that doesn't happen, I would think. Yeah, very smart, very smart. Avoid that unwanted kiss.
Uh-oh. Well, she's got to work on the 4.
Yeah, well, it's the last thing RUBILEN wanted to see.
And a swing at the miss. Swing and a miss at the 4 ball. There.
Now she's pretty limited what she can do here. I'll tell you a shot you can play sometimes here. You can play the purple off the left side of the 8, the cue ball into the 6, and the cue ball will draw off the 6 back towards the 9-5. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's laying pretty reasonable to try something along those lines, I think. Otherwise, I am not sure what she's got. So she's going to come off the ball and try to get down behind the 7 with left-hand spin. Touchy. She could even just fall down behind the 10 real thin if she wanted to. Got away from her just a little bit. This is not easy.
Yeah, it's another opening for RUBILEN.
Yeah, it's an opening, and as good as RUBILEN's hitting the balls, she's a favorite to make this, but it's absolutely missable. Bottom right-hand cue ball, elevate a little bit. Oh, just snuck it through the right side. Good shot.
And this looks pretty straightforward from here, but it still
Yeah.
has to be
Yeah,
taken care of.
by pro standards, George, this is a dream layout, but you know, you still always got to play those angles and position. But yes, this is what you're looking for. When you sign up in the tournament, you'd like to see 100 layouts like this, but it never seems to go that way. Now, when you get too straight in on the 7, now the trouble starts. She is in a bad spot here and has to make a great shot on the 8 next if she just stops there. She could have really used a little angle on this shot.
Didn't mess with it. She just said, "I'll take
Man,
I'll take my medicine and I'll fire the shot."
Yeah, just shoots the long, tough 8. I would be terrified shooting this. I've missed a million of them. Wow, what a shot. Such a straight shooter. Now she has to kind of power up here and cheat the pocket with a little bit of a high ball so the cue ball hits the in rail and then arcs to the right. Yeah, this is tricky actually. Because she can't get the cue ball to come down. But see, she's thinking, I need to cheat this 9 through the right side of the hole to make a thinner hit to get more cue ball travel. Yep. Good shot. But this is missable. I'll tell you, this rack has gotten tough for her. Wow, that was a nice out. That was all a byproduct of getting a little too straight on the 7. It made everything difficult. Handled it with ease.
Nice run out by RUBILEN. Gardner's game number 2, the fourth set. This could be a deciding set if she gets 2 more games. Hanyu, after winning the 3rd set, needs to win this one to force the shootout.
Hanyu is outrageously talented too. She's had some funny things happen this set with a couple miscues, let up off her stroke once or twice, which we're all guilty of. But overall, throughout the whole event, she's played magnificent. This is the equivalent of like losing a golf tournament. You know, the other guy's 18 under and you're 17 under. I mean, you got a lot to be proud of, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, you almost broke the course record.
Yeah,
by a stroke.
Hanyu's played great. To get by that Chow, I mean, you saw how good she had to play. To
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That was one heck of a match and one great. That's probably the best shootout I've seen.
Oh yeah, they both
Long
played
time.
phenomenal.
Sure.
Split sets and then took the shootout deep. It was some of the best pool I've ever seen for a man or a woman. The way these women are progressing in the future, we could be saying, you know, someday the guys will play as good as the women. They're almost there. They're working on it. You never know. You know, people are made differently. Oh no, she caught the point, and I don't believe she's going to give up much. But that's not what she was looking for. Now, you know what I think she does here, George? I think she'll just clip off the right side of the 1 real thin and drip behind the 6. Nah, she's going to do something better than that. I'm so sick, folks. I could actually die on live air, which I know many would celebrate. But George and I we're hanging on by a thread here, folks. We love you. Thanks for putting up with us. We're both sick, and we're still here having a blast watching this great pool. Good hit. Got safe, looks like.
Well,
She'll take that.
Another opening. You know, the one thing about these openings she's getting is she's not putting the point on the board. And she's giving some of it back. You let a player like Han Yu hang around,
Oh yeah, you
and
can't.
before you know it, you're going to be in trouble.
No, you have
Deep,
to, you
deep
have
trouble.
to extinguish that flame because this Han Yu, we've seen what she's capable of, and she just plays flawless for 4 or 5 racks at a time where you never even get a chance to do it. See, like right there, but there's a game. Han Yu will just get right up and run out like it's a piece of cake, and there's a lot of heat on her. But she runs out under pressure like there's no pressure. It's like it's kind of eerie to watch. Two to the three's a little interesting. Tell you what, I'd be half tempted to knock the 3 off the rail here, but I don't think she's going to mess with that. Yeah, this is difficult. Getting on this 3 ball, it just doesn't look like it goes on the side to me. She's kind of on the wrong side of the 2 now.
Oh boy.
Miscued again. Yep, she's having the old tip malfunction. Been there, done that. A lot of miscues in the last set. Like 3 of them. Now I'm thinking RUBILEN will cut the 2 into the 10. Yeah, that was a miscue, folks. The tip slipped off the cue ball and obviously affected the strike. Happens to the best of us. I like her. Oh, I'm playing the 10 here. I'm playing the 10 here. And trying to run the cue ball.
Up to the top of the table?
Yeah, if I can. I don't know if that...
She can reach it.
I think she's going to play the 10. Yeah, she did, and played safe with the cue ball. Nice shot.
That's going to get behind the 4.
She might be told to shoot again. I think Han Yu would come off the right side of the 2, cue ball back down behind the 4-9. The 2 kind of moves towards the... Well, I'll tell you what, though. Yeah, that'd be an okay shot. I don't think that'd be that bad if you push the... Well, she's trying something different.
She go over to the left of the table. She doesn't want to take the 2 ball to the right because she might give up the 10.
Is she shooting at this? You gotta be kidding me. She shot that right in there. She might have a half look at the 3. No, I don't think so. He doesn't look too excited about it. What a shot that was. Nope, she can't cut the 3, and I'm pretty sure the safe's going to be super tough. She's going to try to drive this ball out 4 rails, put the 3 back about where the cue ball is, but this cue ball moves into the path of this. She's got to watch the double kiss here. Nice shot. No, I think she got the double kiss and a complete train
Oh boy.
wreck. Yep, that was always going to be difficult. The cue ball moving into the path, see, it does that a lot of times. Yeah, she'll be disappointed to see that, but she was pretty limited with what she could do. Now you got to watch having the 4 follow the 6 in. You don't want that. Very nice. RUBILEN with a chance to go up 3-0 and on the hill for one of the biggest titles of her life and career. I am excited for her. I'm not pulling for her or against Han Yu, but I know the excitement that must be coursing through her veins right now. It's hard to even explain what it feels like to be in this position. The thousands of hours of practice and the millions of miles on planes and the frustration and disappointment and fear and all the stuff you go through to compete at the highest level, it's all washed away if you could just win another rack or two. She might have gotten a little straight on this. Is going to have to take a longer shot on the 10, which I'm sure she can handle. But you see the look on her face. She knows it's just one more thing she has to deal with.
10 ball corner pocket.
She's deciding if she wants to drag this slowly or if she wants to whap it and go around 3 rails with bottom right. Yeah, nice shot. 3-0, George.
Well, again,
Wow.
you need one game.
Biggest game of your life.
You needs 4.
You know, she's won some huge titles, but these Predator events have a prestige to them that is kind of hard to put your finger on. But these are events that the best players would really like to win, and it establishes you as a world champion. It's another notch in a Hall of Fame career. And your bank manager doesn't mind it much either when you show up with 22,000. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's a couple of stacks.
That's big time stacks. And that with that currency in the Philippines, that currency trade, this is like winning a house when you live in the Philippines. You can buy a nice house for 20,000 in the Philippines. And this has got to be so, so exciting. I would move to the Philippines, but I can't beat anybody playing pool, so I'm going to stay put. Nicest people in the world. The weather's beautiful. Thorsten Holman told me the islands over there are just the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen.
Well,
here we go. The 2 might get in front of the side. Oh, it kind of spun away. Okay, another
movie game.
Does it go past the 4, George?
Doesn't appear to.
I think so.
Not from our angle.
Oh, there's so many ways to play this. None of them easy.
There's a good angle, and the answer is no.
I have no idea what she's got planned. Tell you what, I like that. Nice touch. He hit it like a little one-pocket player. Grazing off the edge with some inside. Han Yu with the jump. Anybody that's watching these finals, though, if you get a chance, go back and watch the semis and the other match that Han Yu played. Ooh. You want to talk about some unbelievable pool.
2 ball.
I don't believe you've seen Han Yu's best this set, this couple sets here, and that's fine. That's sport for you. But she is unbelievable herself. Now that's a full cue, isn't it? That's a full cue jump. What is she doing?
What? Jump in with a break cue?
What in the?
Jump in with a break cue.
Why wouldn't she shoot that with a jump cue?
I've seen a lot of players jump with a break cue.
Well, nobody sent me the memo. I didn't even know that was doable. Nice shot. I mean, nice shot. How about like hitting a 1-iron to about a
She's
foot?
got to do it again. And she's up against the 6.
Can you imagine making 2 jumps in a row like this? Oh, it's so amazing. And of course it has to get difficult. That's pool for you. Right when you're there at the finish line, they can't just dolly up over the pocket. Never.
That's when it gets difficult.
I know it. I know it. I've seen this a million times.
3 ball corner pocket. Extension.
think. Oh, she might be going. Oh, to the jump. Okay, might be playing the shot. I don't know. Okay. She.
I don't think she'll get this back.
Well, no. I'll tell you, this shot though, it doesn't really lead to position on the 5 because the cue ball is going to be bending around. The 4 puts side spin on the cue ball. The end rail does it. It's very easy to kind of end up too sharp on this 5. This is a tough enough shot in itself. She's got to miss the 10, make the ball, get shape. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Very difficult. Where'd this ball end up? Oh man, of course it ended up there. Now I have a theory, George, and that's why I don't win, because my theories are never right. But like when I have a player a little bit broke down and a big lead, I would rather see them have to come with a great shot. If you shoot this and miss it, you give her an easy starter ball, momentum city. See, okay, that's a perfect example. But if you duck there, if you duck and you make Hanyu have to come with a great shot, I don't know. I just think when somebody's a little broke down, I don't want them starting with the ball hanging in the hole. That's easy for me to say. Now
That's a good strategy.
It works sometimes. You know, it's like you're going
Works
to
a
have
lot
to
of the
do
time.
something fantastic, not me.
Especially when they're struggling.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm up 3-0.
She got a bump, and it didn't hurt her.
But you know, sometimes you have to dance with the one you brought, and RUBILEN got to the final shooting at that shot, and so she went with it. Don't blame her one bit. Forget what John Schmidt says. She could probably give me the 7 anyway. What do I know? Nice little touch right there. Bottom left hand, draw the cue ball out to the middle. Beauty. That really was perfect. She can get to the 8 nicely. Just cheat the pocket a little, draw back. She's probably thinking about all them miscues. Come on, Tip, don't let me down right here. Wow, it's so exciting for RUBILEN. She's on the hill, just like, I need one more game to get the trophy, the money, all of it. It's just, it's euphoria is what it is. Yet anxiety, because you haven't won it yet. And so it's just kind of, you're battling your emotions. Just keep focusing.
This is kind of what we saw with Filler and Grabe.
Yeah, you could be over there in your chair ordering packages off Amazon right now with that money you think you're going to guaranteed win. You got to keep fighting. It's not over. I haven't been sick in 9 months. I'm showing up next year in a bubble suit. I was here like 3 days, and of course we're 5,000 people talking to you. No way to stay healthy, it seems. But
yeah, I was here 10. It didn't happen till today.
Yeah, you hung in there. You were in good
Sure.
shape. You look much younger than you are. You look good and healthy. And you hung in there till day 10 before it got you. But man, I was, I live on donuts and caffeine, so I was sick by day 3. One's gonna come down and get a little sharp though. Yeah, you can't do much with that, I don't think. I'll tell you what, I'm playing the bank on the 1 back to my right because I'd be on the 2 ball if it goes. In RUBILEN style, I think she's banking this 1.
And a wall of balls if you miss.
Yeah, exactly. A little two-way, as they call it. Oh, it's laying perfect to shoot. Just call Billy Thorpe out of the stands. Billy, shoot this bank. Yeah, she's got to play this bank here. I think it's pretty rare you play a bank playing rotation, but this is one of the times to play it. Oh, this is threatening. What a hit. Right in the bucket.
She gets on this 3 ball.
Yeah. I mean, this is a tough run out. That 7 and that 8 are laying awful. The 8 especially. This will be a magnificent out under the circumstances. Just overcut it a touch, trying to get out there for the 3. Totally understandable. Okay, Han Yu with a chance to. Well, I'll tell you what, she can't even see this too. RUBILEN, if you're going to miss, that's the way to do it. You got to watch scratching off the back of this too. Nice hit. Oh, it's going to dislodge that 8. That will solve a lot of problems for RUBILEN if she can put this combination down.
Or if the 2 ball goes past it.
She might play the 2 in the corner, but I think I'd play the combination. But again, from my perspective, this looks playable. It might be impossible. Who knows? It was a little tougher than I made it sound, wasn't it? Otherwise, it would have went in. RUBILEN, you got to put this Han Yu away. You are dealing with an assassin here. If you let up, you won't like it. I think the 4 ball is going to cause her some trouble. Oh, the 4 goes, so if she can fall on it, it's possible to get out here. That 8's laying kind of funky also.
Yeah, just get her out of the 10.
Hopefully I didn't just cough into 7,000 people's ears. I apologize, folks.
They didn't hear you.
Oh. Six to the 7, a huge shot. So she has to land on the 6 correctly. And obviously the 8 is just in a horrendous spot. Actually, I don't see her getting from the 8 to the 9 realistically. She would have to get underneath the 8. So just couldn't be a tougher layout. Although it looks simple, it's not. Middle left-hand English, bounce off the side rail, end up right about where she's standing. She needs plenty of angle on the 7 to move back down below the 8. So she wants to land right about where her shoulder is. This is a little too straight on the 7. She won't be happy with this. It's maybe manageable. I'll tell you the shot she might play is high right English, go around the 9 and down below the 8. The only problem with that is you know that you're going to be shooting a long shot on the 8.
Makes it double tough.
Yeah, or she could punch this back with middle left and go side railing out to the middle. Maybe the 8 goes in the side, George. Oh, uh-oh. She's going to take the subway. Look at this. Got away with it. Oh, man.
Well, now she's going to go behind the 10 or bank this in.
You know, depending on how much coffee I've had, I might bank this. If I get in the right mood, I think she's playing it.
Hit both side pocket. Extension.
Nothing RUBILEN would like better than to come to the table with an easy shot and have 3 balls to run.
Oh, you're not kidding. To win a huge, huge title and a pallet full of money.
And
Great
she's
out. What a
made the
shot.
ball.
She
What a
overran
nice
the mark.
shot.
Might have to make another bank. Oh, she can't bank this. She would have to cross this ball, which means she'd have to hit it slow, which means it doesn't play safe if you miss it. Well, 10,000 miles from home on live television. Can you come with the biggest bank shot of your life right here? Yep, she got the kiss.
Oh no, look
RUBILEN
at
might get
this.
ball on hand. No. Oh, the shot is
boy.
difficult as can be. Look at this.
Well, she's coming to the table. She's happy.
She's happy.
Extension.
I would take an extension too, a shot this tough for all the money. Even if she manages to punch this in, the shape on the 10, she's going to have to accept a long, tough cut on the 10.
If she could just get over where the 9 ball is now, she'd be happy with that.
Yeah, that's a tough.
That's
Look at
all she
this.
was trying.
It's going to get, no, Hanyu's got a chance, but this is a hard shot, folks. Hard shot, of course. This one's not. This one's easier, but plenty missable.
9 ball, corner pocket.
You really have to hit this with like a low inside English cue ball. This is absurdly difficult. Well, she played it with a high ball and made it. It got perfect. What a shot. What is it like to be immune to pressure? I have no idea. I don't know how they do it. What an out.
And we are at 3-2. 1 game from Hill.
She's
And
got
1
to be
more
so deflated, not.
for a shootout.
Isn't that something how like they'll miss the ball with 2 balls on the table and you just can't get some little buttercup layout you can shoot in with your face. You get this shot, you're out of the side pocket, frozen to the rail. I mean, just.
Well, sometimes pool
amazing
makes
how-
you earn it.
Yeah, it's amazing how it goes. It's just never easy.
Both players did that, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that bank that she tried to make was so tough because she couldn't stiff it or cross it naturally. It was a real in-betweener. And it's not like bank pull when you get to shoot 40 or 50 banks, or you haven't shot a bank in hours, and now you got to come with this intricate bank with spin. Good luck.
She's been breaking better than RUBILEN.
Yeah, she breaks hard.
Ball down.
I'll tell you what, if she cuts this in, she has a chance to come out 2 rails and play the 2 in the side.
Hanyu is the only one with a break and run. She ran 2 at the very opening of the set.
This is tricky. You have to use a lot of side spin to not hit the 5 coming off the end rail, which of course adds a lot of difficulty to the shot. See how she does. Like it had eyes, and she's gonna get perfect on the 2. What a shot, folks. Under the circumstances, that was pretty awesome. This though, this cue ball is kind of running into traffic.
Just
Never comfortable.
come between the 5 and the 9.
Can you? Yeah, if she
I
can
think
do that, that's
so.
what she'll try to do. But this can go bad real quick. No,
Oh,
this
oh
can
boy.
go bad real quick, just like that. Now, luckily, she can cut this. If she manages to make it, the cue ball naturally is going to be on the path for the 4. So she might pull this off. But this is tough.
One of the teams just won a big game or match. Probably a championship.
I don't know
Oh,
about
boy.
you, George, but that's a hard shot, buddy.
It is.
Looks easy
It
on
is.
camera, like just cut it in, but trust me, those roly-poly 5-footers with a thin hit, they're just hateful, absolutely hateful shots, and the players miss them all the time.
It's just left nothing easy.
This is no cupcake either. Oh, she's going for it. She's going to go for this with low left-hand English and try to cut this in and hold the cue ball down below the 4. Yikes, this is tough. If anybody can do it, it's this whiz kid right here, RUBILEN AMIT. What a shot. What a shot under so much pressure.
One down, another one to go, and she's going to get on the wrong side of the 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, this 4 ball is pretty thin. Even if you manage to make it, your cue ball's going across table, and the 5 doesn't have a pocket. So I'm not in love with this one bit. As Grady Matthews would say, it is fraught with peril. Just like most of my relationships.
Back and
Here
forth.
we go. Oh my God, what a shot. I mean, who makes that under that kind of pressure? Yes. Yes, she got on top of this ball, but she made the shot, which is key to play the next safe and could get her across the finish line. What a gutsy player.
It's a tough safety.
But, yeah, it is. I kind of like her thinning off this ball if she can and going down behind the 6 and that ball not moving much. As thin as you can hit it. Yeah, this is actually a nice shot. Well, she couldn't do that, but this will still work. Oh, what a shot. Perfect.
And work well.
Yeah, you're on the hill. You have your opponent jumping. This is all you can ask for if you're RUBILEN.
Either a jump or a 2-rail kick.
There is like a million people in the Philippines right now losing their minds on the edge of their seats, getting ready to go absolutely crazy if she pulls this victory off. This will make the national news in the Philippines. Oh, of course, she has to leave. Just a super tough shot. Nice shot, Mrs. Yu. Well, I'll tell you what, if you manage to put this 5 ball down, you're on the 6 to the same pocket, but
It's a tester.
yeah.
Big tester. But still, one shot
I
away.
don't know. I have a feeling she's going to somehow pull this off. What a shot. Man, incredible. Oh, what a good player. Bustamante has to be so proud as he's trained her his whole life, I'm sure. And they've had dinners together and talked and practiced and discussed and theorized. And here it is coming to life. Boy, she's not afraid to just punch him in and turn it loose and let it eat. Now look, she's on the wrong side of the
that's right.
7. I hope she powers up with bottom right-hand spin and draws it 3 rails. No, she's smartly not listening to me. This is a tough shot, though, as you know, George. What a hit. hit that with just a couple millimeters of high left. Take your time, breathe deep.
That's what she's
Breathe
doing.
deep. Don't rush it. Han Yu is almost excited for her. You can see the look on her face. She knows what it feels like to be in this position. This is what you live for. This is what you live for. Oh, it's all she could do to not burst out in tears.
This 10 ball for the title.
I couldn't be happier. I'm a big fan of both of them, and seeing one of these two fine young ladies win this tournament makes my day. Unbelievable.
And she joins her country person, Cheska Centeno, Kelly Fisher, as previous champions to the Las Vegas Women's Open, the Kamui Las Vegas Women's 10 Ball Open. Your champion,
Please stay
RUBILEN.
tuned. We'll be right up with our award
BK
ceremony.
AMIT.
That's as close, George, to a Marvel superhero figure you'll ever see in real life.
Well, John, it's been a pleasure in the booth with you. We had some fun.
Yes, George.
And
it was
I
an
hope you
honor.
people at home enjoyed it. I know we enjoyed being here. Wish it was under better circumstances with our little cold here, but other than that, we're doing great.
Well,
And,
I'd like to say thank you to you, George, and just close. This is our last match. We're all going home. Thank you to the fans for letting me be a part of this, and I've had a blast, and you know, it was a real honor to be here. Thank you to Predator for getting me involved in one of the most prestigious pool events I've ever seen. Over and out for John Schmidt.
Oh yeah, 8 tournaments, folks. And thank you for staying with us. 11 days of pool, $400,000 worth of money. Thanks again. It's just the beginning of the season. We have a lot more tournaments coming up towards the end of the year. The World 10 Ball in Vietnam towards the end of September. And look forward to it. Until we meet again.
Before we begin presenting the awards this evening, let's take a moment to recognize the incredible partners and sponsors who make the Pro Billiard Series possible. Kamui Brands, Yalin, Box Billiards, Ven Billiards, and Little Monster. A special thank you goes out to our founding partners, the Predator Group and Q Sports International, whose vision and dedication continue to elevate the sport. And of course, a huge shout out to the Predator Group for supplying world-class equipment that has been instrumental in this tournament. The Predator Apex Pro Pool Table, Arcadia Performance Cloth, Arcos II balls, and Predator Arena Billiard lights. At this time, I'd like to introduce the dignitaries who will be presenting tonight's awards. Our CEO, Mr. Karim Belage. And Director of Predator Events, Vincent Rochefort. First, I'd like to congratulate Han Yu on a great match and making it this far. You were amazing today. Thank you so much. And now, our last crown champion, our 2025 Kamui Women's Las Vegas Open champion, RUBILEN AMIT. And now for the fun one.
You want me to keep it?
She'd rather take the check and give you the trophy.
do you want to
Set it down there. Right there is perfect.
get up? Without the shake? With the shake and
This concludes our trophy ceremony. Congratulations to our champion and all the athletes who competed in the past 10 days, 14 days. Your dedication and your passion inspire us all.
take picture.
A heartfelt thank you to our partners, sponsors, and everyone behind the scenes who made this event possible. Anyone standing in the back rows there, if you could please sit down for the photos. Thank you. This concludes the 2025 CSI International Expo. Thank you for your support of these athletes.